And hello to everyone, and welcome to your Friday evening for most of you. Welcome to Friday evening, and I'm so glad to have you. And let me make sure my sound is working and we can get on with it. All right, looks like we're good. So, welcome on in. And I appreciate everyone being here early. Apologize for the delay, but I'm dealing with logistical things, and wow. But let's see who we got in here, and we'll get started. All right, I'm trying to get on up there. See who we have to say hello to tonight. First and foremost, we got Amy. Thanks for being here, Amy, and posting the funding pathways and all that stuff. Thank you so much for being here. I love you, Amy. All right. And we got Court of Public Opinion. Mr. Court of Public Opinion reminds you all to please hit the subscribe and the like if you choose to. You know, to do the YouTube stuff. I don't like hounding anyone for all that YouTube stuff. But welcome on in, and also to Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper. That been my stuttering? What the hell? I never had that problem before. Grim Reaper, Scales of Injustice, Heather Brown, Lisa, Sunflower Soul, Sweet Dude Shibby, Heather Brown, Nicole Watt, Nancy Drew 101, L'Oreal, Mino Dino, Martha Hendricks, Fabi Lash, Asha Harry, Deb, Plain Iron, Rebecca Ann, 1965, and Spike Dog's here. 26 Dead Zombies, dude. Have I said L'Oreal yet? She's here. And we got Niobe. Hello, Niobe. And Is a God Thing. What's up, Is a God Thing? Martha Hendricks. Nobody Nothing 1717. All right. Dina's here. Dennis McKean's here. And Mrs. P. Thanks for being here. Also, Ninja Warrior Assassin. Thanks for being here. Okay. We got Minerva 79. Also, Tracy Thornton. Annie Rain. Digital. What's up, Digital? All right, and we got Lisa here. What's up, Lisa? Catastrophe. What's up, Cat? Andre. What's up, Andre? Thank you for the special surprise today, Andre. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Thank you. And we got Rhonda Holton's here. What's up, Rhonda? Okay. Kathy S. What's up, Kathy? Mimi's here. Who else is in here? Lowered Customs. What's up, Lowered Customs? Good to see you. What's up, Mark? Mark Ellis is here. What's up, Mark? All right, we got Debbie Fox, like number 49. Thank you, Debbie Fox. Thank you, Debbie. All right, who's your daddy 11? And look, Kay is here. Just keep it simple. All right, y'all. Let's see. I don't have all day. Ooh, well, who else? EWTN. What's up here? Okay, and we got oh man. Pam Sheehan. What's up, Pam? All right. Am I running slow tonight? I just feel like everything's like I'm really slow. What's up, Untamable? Fur Baby Daddy's here. What's up? All right. Dawn Steele. Hey, Dawn. Eliana Davidson. What's up? All right. And we got Goddess here. All right. Thank you for being here. Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. Okay. Pinky and the Brain. Welcome in. Okay. All lurkers, you're welcome to join too. Lurkers are more than welcome here. As long as you're nice. It's also you're feel free to hate watch. Okay, who else? We got Mimi. All right, hey Christina and Frenchie 6290. What's up, Frenchie 6290, y'all? All right, Bex here. What's up, Bex? Miss D My. Okay. Long time lurker. All right, guys. I'm getting there. Sorry it's taking all day. Hey, Gretchen Allen and Brittany. What's up, Brittany and Gretchen Allen? And what's up, Judith Hathaway? And Tracy Thornton. Hey, thanks for the super chat. Let's support the channel. I missed you all. We missed you. It was only been a couple days. But welcome in, Tracy. Thank you. Colleen, what's up? All right. Barbara Borman. Hey, Barbara. All right. I think we've got through here. Okay. Oh, we got Royal Wee. What's up, Royal Wee? And Marianne Foster. I see you. Basically a detective. What's up with you, too? There you go. All right. Is the preamp not working? I think it is. All right. Who else? Trixie's Creations for you. Welcome in. And if I've missed you, please just go ahead and drop your name in the chat right quick if I miss you. I'm sorry if I miss you. Dirty Diana, what's up? Okay. All right, the whole crew. The Amber Light, what's up, Amber Light? Okay, welcome into the channel. And Mark Ellis, thanks for the super chat again. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Mark. All right. And I did get your email, Mark. I don't know if I replied to it in time or not, but I did get your email. All right. What's up, Scott Perkins? What's up, Scott? Abby had a gray jacket and a red shirt underneath. Off the bridge, she had a red sleeves and a gray shirt. We're going to keep looking at that. We did some looking at there seems to be a disjunct between on the bridge and off the bridge, but we'll check that out. What's up, Old Mort, New Mort? All right. Shibby, are you messing with me over the sound, trying to throw me off here? Passenger 33, what's up? All right. If you can't see everyone else's chats, you're probably in the small channel. Everyone, we run on 2 channels simultaneously. Okay, we have the Prof and the Prof True Crime. So if you happen to be over on the Prof True Crime, you'll probably only see a handful of people there. That's the low-key chat over there. But if you want the big group, come on over to the Prof, and we appreciate you for being anywhere you are. Also, those on the replay. Thanks for being on the replay. All right. We've all been gaslit for 8 years. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's been quite a week, hasn't it? What's up, Mar R? Hey, Mar, look, I saw you hanging out with some trolls the other night. I don't know what's going on with you, but I saw you over there hanging out with the Chomo Troll Farm. All right. Sunflower, what's up, Sunflower? And what Dumplings Gammy, what's up? Okay. J Rock. All right. G Ray. J Lynn. What's everyone with the fucking letters? Come on, we use letters only now? Meow meow. It's a new day. Everyone go subscribe to It's a New Day's channel, please. It's a great channel here. It's a new day. Go subscribe to It's a New Day. All right. And looks like I'm catching up with you guys. Sorry, apologize. It's taking a while here. I'm a little thrown off. What's your thoughts about this channel? 1967 that said the girls were poisoned with spray pesticide. Smoking crack or Carroll County meth. Yeah, I don't do the misinfo, disinfo. I don't do it. Okay. Debbie Packer. What's up, Debbie? Justin Hufton. What's up? All right. And Mar R is a troll. Yeah. All right. Trial Junkie. What's up? What's up, Trial Junkie? What's up, Bree? All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. I apologize it's taking so long. You guys are bored to death. All right. Yeah, I got chewed out. Okay, so you guys laugh, man. You don't know. I've probably got 250 people or accounts blocked on this channel. It's amazing because we had some rando come in yesterday or day before. And he just let me have it, man. He just let me have it. He let me have it, and then he announced his exit. He's like, "You suck. You this. You this. You this. You this. This show. This introduction. This show. It's lame. Blah 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 blah. I'm out of here. I'm never coming to this channel again. I'm not even watching it." Block. All right. All right. I think we're good. What's up? Faith Ross coming in. All right. All right. Faith Ross, Farmer Girl, Cinesplat. Oh, it's probably yeah, a little jealousy. A little jealousy goes a long way, Gray Hughes. Speaking of that, we're gonna do a little. We're gonna do a fundraising goal tonight, and piss you off with fundraising. If that pops up, it's kind of funny how that randomly pops up as an option for me to do. It's not always there, so I can't even do it if I wanted to. If it randomly pops up, it pops up. Okay. Too bad we can't piss Gray off as much as I like to. All right. All right, just making sure I caught everyone. And I think I did. We got J Rock, Farm Girl. All right. Tammy McRae, what's up? I'm glad I caught you. Welcome. You got called what? Where was I? I didn't mod that for you? Okay. And thank you, Niobe, for the super chat. She challenges everyone to send a super chat and support the channel. Any of you having storms? Any of you having a rough time tonight? What's up, No? No name? No name in the chat with the Noe bird. It may or may not be Noe. Who knows? Okay. Moonbeam 70s child. What's up? All right. The double shout out. Okay. Commentator Root. Hey, long time no see. Where the hell you been? You've been hiding out. All right. What's up? It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. Momo Shark and Momo Shark. Storm. The storm is upon us. I'm telling you. You guys think I'm fucking crazy with the conspiracy shit, but no, the storm is upon us. Guaranteed. All right. It's windy-ish. Okay. Well, we had snow today, honestly. You guys want to know about me? Yeah, we had snow here today. And we happened to be out doing errands and doing what we needed to do. And we got caught in the snow. It was not fun, but it was fun enough. Yeah, we had snow today. What's up, Marie Kelly? And thank you, Mark Ellis, for supporting the channel. All right. Jennifer, what's up, Jennifer? Welcome on in. And did I say hi yet, Mimi? Okay. It's hitting your area at 10. Okay, well, God bless. And be careful. Crystal, what's up, Crystal? Okay, so thank you, everyone, for coming in. Tracy Thornton, what's up? Yeah, well, I'm way up in the mountains, though. You're in the foothills. Yeah, you get the wind, I get the snow. I'm in the mountains. I like it in the mountains, though. Yeah, all you got to deal with is snow sometimes of the year. I would not have it any other way. Like I just am very happy with where I ended up in life, and it can always get better, and things can be even more lovely. But no, I like it. I like my location. What's up, 5 Green Acres? All right, so you made it in. So everyone's here, and thanks for being here. Apologize for the delay. I'm going to be sipping my refreshments. All right, Scales of Injustice. What's up? All right, so happy Friday, and man, so some really interesting things have been happening today, and so we're going to do a little talking about that, and then we have a special guest, a very special guest for you, and I don't want to say it until we're ready, but I think you guys will be happy and excited and entertained by our guest tonight. We'll be able to discuss some very interesting things, hopefully, and enjoy some time together. And so I am so glad we're rolling and everyone's here. And thank you all so much, everyone who watched the last live, which was called which was called Delphi, the original BG video. You have got to be kidding me. I don't know if it was yesterday, day before. It's hard to keep up with all these days, but I did that live, and I appreciate everyone who commented. There's been so many comments on that, maybe like 200 comments, maybe. So it's good to have all the commentary coming in. The past 24 hours been really great, and so appreciate everyone who took the time to watch it and leave a comment. What's up, Gravel Gertie? Who else came in? T. Crowell. Thank you. Thanks for the compliment. Nice words. Okay. Miss K came in. What's up, Miss K? Tracy Thornton might have already been here. I don't know if I missed that. Nicole was already here. Carla Ann's. What's up, Carla Ann coming in? All right. So all of you came in. All right. Thanks for coming in. All right. Yeah, it's Regis. All right. So I want to talk about a few things before we get into that part of the program. Well, yeah, let me do this because I'll do it this way. You can't make this shit up. I'm telling you. Okay, so we'll start like this. I'll share the screen a bit. Maybe I should do like this. There I am. Okay, so this is my YouTube page here. I made a little post today because amazingly this morning I woke up to 2 copyright claims, one on each channel. That's right. One on each channel, y'all, amazingly. So we got 2 copyright claims for the video that I made where I took this alleged original video from Libby's phone, or the phone that Libby was in the possession of, is the way I like to say it. And I played it in its original, and then I put it through 5 minutes of like manipulation, slowing down, changing the color profile and different filters and contrasting, inverting it and doing different things to it, boosting the audio at the end. Anyhow, I modified it heavily. I mean, extremely heavily. And so that video is in my video section, and it's like 7 minutes long or something. Let me look and tell you. It's called Delphi Bridge Guy Video Exploration, and it's 7 minutes and 55 seconds. So that means, other than the 48 seconds or 43 seconds, I spent an extra 7+ minutes manipulating the video for educational purposes. Okay. And my channel is monetized. So that video does monetize. When you play it, it plays a little commercial at the front. And so far, there's been 30 cents. Okay, I checked between 2 channels. The one channel, the small channel, made 3 cents in ad revenue on the video. And then this main channel made about 20 something, 27, 28 cents in ad revenue. And so I woke up to both of them being copyright claimed. And I said, what in the world? That's not right. So I looked into it, and it's from Gray Television Group, Inc. Or that now understand, the way that YouTube copyright works is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, anyone can file a copyright claim for any reason whatsoever. It never needs to be substantiated or anything. It's an absolute shit show with the copyright claiming on YouTube. And, you know, that's something that we're going to get into, and I'll talk about it later. But the troll farm, remember I said before all of you were here, you know, in my in the early time of this channel, I was talking about how the troll farm has weaponized the copyright strike system. Okay, so what the troll farm does is the troll farm will blatantly they were copyright striking to try to take the channel down, because the rule with YouTube is you get 3 strikes and you're down. Okay. Now, copyright strike is an option when you're filing the claim. So when you're filing the copyright claim, you go into the backstage area and you say, I want to file a copyright claim. And you can choose to either copyright strike, you can copyright claim, or you could take no action. And if you copyright claim, what it does is it takes the monetization from the person where it's posted and it lets it remain posted. You can choose to split it evenly with that person or wherever it's posted, or you can choose to take 100% of the monetization. So it was funny because what happened is, as I went into this, it says Gray Television Group Inc. And I thought, who the hell is that? And of course, immediately what comes to mind is Gray Hughes. So I thought, it's got to be Gray Hughes. So I go looking around to try to nose around and see who is the registered owner of Gray Television Group Inc. And it's an outdated corporation. So as I looked around a little more, I did get into this. But notice, okay, before I go on, notice here it says details, what's being claimed, the audio visual, that means everything, the whole video, the full raw uncut video recorded on Liberty German's iPhone 6S is what it says. That's what the claimant has typed in there, okay? And then the claimant also types in who they allege that they are. So this claimant is alleging that they are Gray Television Group Inc. Okay, and this tells you the impact is either it's going to be a strike, it's going to be video can't be monetized, or it's going to be revenue sharing. Okay, and so as you see, you can take actions like you can trim out the segment, which for me would be the entire video. You can dispute the claim, or you can mute the segment, meaning if it's audio only, you can mute that music out or whatever audio clip and retain your portion of the video. Anyhow, but remember, like I'm saying, that everything within here, the user or the claimant puts in. So it doesn't mean that it actually comes from Gray Television Group Inc., but it likely does, or someone affiliated. But that is not a legitimate thing that tags back to a certain owner. This, you just type in whatever you want to here and here. Okay, so when I went to look into Gray Television Group Inc., it's now changed name to Gray Media. And if this is who I think it is, okay, so in other words, if indeed this is the claimant, then this Gray Media here would be the successor to Gray Television Group Inc. And when I went to dig through this, they own several Indiana-based news outlets, including one in Fort Wayne. Okay. And I went and I looked at who these people are, you know, and I thought it was odd here that there's a Mike Braun. Okay, so not only is Mike Braun affiliated in the senior leadership, but Mike Braun, who happens to also be this happens to also be the name of the governor of Indiana, oddly enough. Not only is he the senior managing vice president, but notice he's the chief digital officer. Okay, so it makes sense that the chief digital officer would be the one responsible for copyright claims. And I thought, wow, Mike Braun is striking me or claiming copyright for this. Okay. Anyway, and I did this out of sheer malice. Okay. Out of sheer malice, I put the contact info so that pissed off people would feel inclined to let them know how they feel. But okay, so that's the deal that was upsetting me, is that I thought, wow, think about this now. Think about this. The full, raw, uncut video recorded on Liberty German's iPhone 6S. Well, let me ask you, You're human beings. Don't you think that that should be property of the world at this point? I mean, it's pretty disgusting. It's pretty disgusting. Um, because I look at it as this. What this is an attempt to control the flow of information. Okay. This is an attempt to control the flow of information. So if the owner of this particular piece of media, which is now evidence in a double homicide case that is highly contested around the world, not only in the United States of America, but around the world, this has gained worldwide attention and it is highly contested. All of these individuals have become limited purpose public figures. And this is a bona fide exhibit from a double homicide trial that is highly contested and of intense public interest. Okay. So I did dispute the claims out of fair use because being that this is an educational channel that I provided educational content through my modification of the original content. I have a legitimate claim to fair use. Now, what really bothers me about it is not so much anything to do with YouTube. It's really more of an ethical or a moral. It's a moral dilemma in my mind, because if you are looking at the fact that this front, so look at it like this. This is a front group, okay? This, or I should put it here. This right here is a front. And I started to think, well, hold on, let me think about this. If this person or this organization, this corporation is claiming ownership of this public property, okay, meaning this means as an incorporated business structure, they are claiming ownership of that. I started to get real pissed because I thought, wow, the possibilities for censorship are really unfathomable. So I started to think about this, and I wanted to show you something. And this is what I want to show you. Okay. Now, 2 weeks ago, I made this post here where I'm talking about, I'm sorry, let me get rid of Sweet Dude Shibby here. Okay. So 2 weeks ago, I made this post here regarding Shane Evans attempting to request that this personal how would I say it? That the matter of the estate of the girls, the estates of the girls, be closed. Okay. And I really took issue with that, especially this one for Liberty German, right? In the matter of the estate of Liberty Rosalind German, okay, right here. And so I went in there and I found where Anna Williams, and then I went here, okay, so this was Anna Williams requesting the Google email accounts for for Abby. So meaning that Anna Williams is the personal representative of the estate. Okay. So here's where we're getting to my point. Here you can see that Becky M. Patty is the personal representative of the estate of Liberty German. Okay, Becky Patty. Okay, and this was in the order for all the Apple ID information. And so here we have the order appointing the personal representatives. And this is where you can see that Abby and Libby have had Anna Williams and Becky Patty appointed as personal representatives of the estate. Okay, so Prof, why are you saying all this? Well, because here's the point. Okay, the point that I'm getting at is that who owns the video taken on the phone that Liberty German was in possession of, that we have all come to know, or that has come to be known as the Bridge Guy video? Who owns it? Well, Becky Patty. Becky Patty. Okay? Becky Patty. So my mind, the wheels went to turning in my mind, and I thought, oh my God. Are we looking at the case? Is it the case that Becky Patty has handed over control of this video to this media conglomerate, Gray Media? Is it this deep? Is it this deep? And I'm not saying it is. I'm asking the question. Is it this deep? Is it that Becky Patty decided she's going to allow Gray Media to have control of the Libby German iPhone footage that has come to be known as the Bridge Guy video, so that they now will have complete dictatorship over the Bridge Guy video? Okay? Because if that's the case, they would be in full and total control of this footage, possibly forever. I don't know. What are the statute of limitations here? So I'm just, I've got more questions than answers. And different people have contacted me with different conspiracy theories about what this is all about. Is it, okay, so let me put it this way. It could be a simple technical error, okay? But it could also be the case that Becky Patty, owner of the Bridge Guy video, has handed over control to this Gray Media so that they would have complete dominance over the use of the Bridge Guy video for the foreseeable future. Okay, and if that's the case, we have a huge problem, because why do you feel like, okay, you already feel that you had to control the entire YouTube, Reddit, and Facebook social media sphere, okay? Because we know that for years you have controlled the entire YouTube creator establishment. Okay, I'm talking about the people that I call Troll Farm and Troll Farm creators. They are all squarely under the thumb of Becky Patty. Okay, this is why for years you never got anything close to the truth when it came to the Delphi murders. They never wanted to talk about Gabe Ellis, Kokomo Crew, any alternative theories with the meth that involved methamphetamine or the family's history of problems. It was always the same bullshit. And what is that bullshit, Prof? Well, it's the same shit Nicholas McClellan gave you. It's the same shit Nicholas McClellan gave you, which is the same shit Gray Hughes gave you, and the same shit Sleuth Intuition gave you, same shit all the fucking troll farm creators gave you. Murder Sheet. Okay. What they have all given you ever since the beginning is a very simple thing called the narrative. Or as ACV calls it, the fairy tale law enforcement approved narrative. Okay. So what does that mean? That means the story that a lone wolf killer who they have turned into a character, basically a monster. Okay. They've created an anonymous monster onto which you can paste anyone's face called Bridge Guy. So in this fairy tale narrative, there is a monster. And that monster has a name. And that horror name, it's not Freddy. It's not Mike Myers. It's not Hannibal Lecter. It's not Charlie Manson. It's Bridge Guy. And so someone messaged me earlier and said, well, Prof, didn't Ron Logan's ex say that she saw the video and heard the video, and she says it looks and sounds like him, and that's him and his voice? And I said to her, yes, because it's an anonymous monster. It's a monster. And you can project whatever monster is in your life or in your mind, you can project onto that figure. I mean, look, they've projected Richard Allen right onto it just perfectly. They've projected Ron Logan onto it. They've projected Keegan Kline onto it, Tony Klein onto it, Gabe Ellis onto it, Brad German onto it, all kind of motherfuckers onto it. Who are we talking about here? And now that we've seen it in a little better quality, a little closer up, it's still indistinguishable. The only thing I can tell about that figure is that's a tall figure. I would say at least 6 foot plus. It's also a younger figure than Ron Logan. It appears to be older than a teenager, but younger than an old man. So I would say it's a middle-aged adult, anywhere between the late 20s to late 30s, who's at least 6 foot, maybe 6'4". It's a tall-ass dude. And the way that we know that, because we have done comparative analysis. We have had guys go out there, different heights, and show the height from that angle. And I promise you, that guy is at least 6 foot. At least. So no, I don't think it's Ron Logan. I don't think it's Keegan Kline. I don't think it's Richard Allen. I don't think it's Kelsey German. I think it's a tall ass dude who we have not identified yet. But still, it's completely indistinguishable. So you'll never identify that guy. But that gets back to my point that he's an anonymous monster in this horror story who's been termed Bridge Guy. Okay? So getting back to my story, the family has had complete dominance over social media from the very beginning. Okay? And I mean every Facebook group, all the big ones. I mean, there's a couple little tiny ones that don't matter. Every single Reddit or subreddit, and Every single YouTube channel, except the ones they threaten to kill and they copyright strike ad nauseum and they try to run us off. And many have been run off. I've said so many times, I want you to ask yourselves, how many creators that you've loved evaporated on into the ethers, never to be seen again? Think about it. I know a lot of creators who just ran away like frightened little children. Or actually, they did the old step into the shadows. You know that move in theater where you just like back up on into the shadows. You disappear. The Homer Simpson does it in a funny clip. A bunch of the YouTubers that they went after, they threatened to kill. They call their ex lovers. They call their former employers. They call their current employers. They call their schools. They call their local police. They do all kind of shit to make their lives absolutely chaotic until people say it's not worth it anymore, and they just run away. They run away. And that's what's happened with YouTube. And the family has been behind it. Okay. So this is what I'm saying is, okay, so it's not enough to control all of that. Are we really at a point now that this complete footage from this phone allegedly has now been released, and now they want to have control over that? That's what it feels like. Because it's a pattern. It's a thing. It's like, what do you expect from people? More of the same. More of the same. And it's just odd that just as this is landing, okay, Mike Patty comes out and he issues a bullshit statement. Okay. So Mike Patty comes out today and he basically says, fuck Richard Allen. He doesn't need an appeal. He should just go ahead and confess and say what he did because, it's making it hard on everyone. Now, I got another thing to say. About this video, because that's part of what we're going to do tonight. We're going to take a look at this video, so please bear with me. I know I'm doing a little rant. I really don't like being mean to anyone. I'm not trying to be mean, but let me say what I have to say because I mean it. I've already figured out the group this is coming from, okay? I'll put it that way. I'm trying to see. I accidentally closed out my iPad. Now, here's the deal. I'll give you till Monday, okay? Because you did this the wrong way. You did it the wrong way. I'll give you till Monday. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have to stand behind it, okay? So I understand what you're trying to do. I do. I empathize with it. I agree with it to a large extent. But here's what I think. You did it in the wrong way. You got to stand behind it. Sorry. Sorry. So what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to decide who's going to put their big girl pants on and stand up and stand behind it and say, hi, guys, it's me. I'm in control of this. This is so-and-so's domain. We got it from so-and-so. We're publishing it for so-and-so reasons. And this is so-and-so. And this is why we're claiming it is what it is. You got to stand behind it. Because the way you did it, you've only caused more problems. You're actually causing misinformation and chaos and controversy where there does not need to be controversy. We need to be focused on what's pertinent. So I'm giving you till Monday to figure out how you're going to put your big girl pants on and stand up and stand behind it. It's the right thing to do. Because like this has to have credibility. Because the way it is now, there's zero credibility. Let me just say it that way, ladies. The way you've done it, there's no credibility. And that's the problem. Okay, because like people are highly reticent or suspicious of everything when it comes to this case. Okay, so what you should have done is come out using your namesake and your face and say, hi, it's me. And I'm releasing this here. And this is what it is. This is where it's coming from. And this is what it is. Because this mystery, like, did you really want to cause more confusion? And look, saying the defense released it. No, that's not good enough. That's bullshit. Because do you think people are going to believe in any words? People want to know the pedigree, the provenance of this. Okay, so the way you earn their trust or they gain faith in it is to understand who is putting it forward. Then they know whether they're trusted or not and where it's coming from. And then, then we can like argue about the points within it. We can argue like the points of the artifact itself. We could say, look, this particular piece of media, we can argue about the details of the media, and the argument won't be like obfuscated, that we're arguing about, is this legit? Is it not legit? Where's it coming from? Who is it from? Who posted it? Who owns the website? Who owns the server? Oh, the server has also done this. The server has done that. You've created so much confusion. So you fucked up. You did it the wrong way. And there's no arguing here. There's no anger. It's just like, do it the fucking right way. Come out from behind the curtain and take credit and give people the confidence in what this is, because otherwise you shouldn't have not released it. You should not have released it otherwise. Okay. So I'm telling you now, I'm fucking pissed about that, the way this is played out. And I'm saying, I'm not saying you did it wrong intentionally. You didn't do it wrongly intentionally. You just made a miscalculation. So I would say the best thing to do now is put one foot in front of the other and say, hey, it's me. This is what this is. Apologize for that. And blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but trial junkie, look, I'll put this because let me argue this. No, it's bullshit. Don't say it's someone who wants the truth out. Fuck someone. Okay, you got that one? You got that one? Fuck someone. Okay, yeah, we all want the truth out. But confusion is not the truth. Because right now, instead of people talking about the truth about this piece of media, they're talking about where did it come from? Whose website is it? Who owns the server? How is this legitimate? Why does it look altered? Like clearly it looks altered. It looks AI. It looks enhanced. It looks fucked up. But you're saying it's original. There's too much bullshittery. Okay? And like I say, it's already obvious who you are. And I'm not pissed about that. I'm just saying, like, come on, be some big girls and boys. Anyhow, no, look, we all need to be dissect. Let me shut down the straw man argument before it begins. Listen, we all need to be critiquing, analyzing, arguing over, exposing, taking apart in extreme amounts of detail every aspect of this piece of media. I agree. But what we don't need to be doing is questioning who put this up. How can we trust that it is what it's claimed to be? And why is it getting copyright claims? And all this, all the confusion. Okay. Well, obviously that tells you it's a new day. Like I said, I know exactly where it's coming from. It's fucking obvious. I mean, come on, you made it obvious. And the point is not even, it's the thing is like, generally I like you up until this point where there's a problem now. But like I said, I would say by Monday, this shit needs to be cleared up. Okay. It needs to be cleared up by Monday. And so after Monday, all bets are off. We'll talk about it. And if you get your panties in a bind, I'm sorry. Maybe you fucked up and shouldn't have done it. It's not the point, passenger 33. Come on, man. Like, you guys are arguing everything that's not the point. The point is not what they are saying. Look, I'm sure they might believe this or they might believe that. That's not the point. I'm making the point. The point is that the only way people are going to begin to focus on what's important is by putting some truth and transparency right in this chain of relaying of data and remove the cloudiness. Anyway, that's not the point, young lady. Come on, man. Look, right now we're not talking about the video. We're talking about the way that it was put forward and the place that it was put forward, and how it's only caused a lot of fucking drama right now that's irrelevant. Like, what I wish you guys would understand what we should be talking about is the metadata, the pixels, the shadows, the lighting, the edits, the audio. What we should not be talking about is, where's this coming from? Who put this out? Who owns the server? Who owns the website? Da, 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 da. So like I'm saying, there's only one way to clear that up, and that's to clear it up. All right. So I've said what I had to say. And like I said, we should be talking about the things that we're going to talk about tonight, actually. So everyone, thank you for letting me get that out. That was highly stressful. I mean, hey, let me put it this way. We're all supposed to be on the same team here, right? We're all supposed to be on the same team. And we are on the same team, hopefully. Because I want to be talking about the details of the video, the internals of the artifact, not about any of this other shit. And someone just reminded me of something. Well, I'm always late with getting this stuff. There's just so overwhelming. But let me see. I wonder is Hannah here? Let me see if I see it. I haven't looked at the chat so that much. So let's see what we're dealing with here. Let's see. Let's see if she's here. Well, it's too hard to say. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Never mind. I just realized I have to talk about that later. All right. Now, moving on to the video. Okay, let's talk about the actual video. Oh, I realize I'm watching on the small channel. And geez. Okay, let me see. Hey, there's where everyone is. Finally, I see everyone. Okay. Okay, video. Wow. I said a lot about what I had to say in the prior live stream about this video. And hey, I'm going to double down on it. Let me just say that. I'm going to double down on what I'm saying. There's something wrong here, okay? Because I do believe it. Hey, thanks for welcoming me back into my own chat. I yell at people I like. It's not yelling. It's trying to get you to focus because you start distracting with bull crap. And I'm like, no. We need to talk about the video. And we need to talk about what I'm talking about. If you're arguing some other point, it takes away from the... But about the video. Listen, I'm not the type to say like, told you I was right. Because I don't like doing that type of shit. It's really annoying. It annoys me when people are like, I told you, so but I would say this, that you see, I expected to be proven wrong. I expected to be proven wrong because I thought when this video would come, it would look authentic. It would look not shady. And it would At least show me what really happened in space and time with these girls. But I don't know. There's so many oddities. But anyway, that's what we want to do tonight. So for let me just I see that our we're just about ready here. So so that's why I invited a guest tonight. Uh, and I'm so happy to have a guest tonight because she can help us. We can all talk together, and maybe we'll figure out how to look at this together. Um, but I guess there's so many questions that came up in this prior live stream where it's not only the video itself, but it's the A/B comparison, because you got to really ask the question: why in the world were we given a lower quality version of the visuals that existed? Let me ask you guys that out in the chat. It's a serious, like, it's a really, it's a heavy question. It's a heavy question. Why were we given out here? Why was the world given a lower quality pixelated version? Blur, it was pixelated, it's blurred, it's interpolated poorly, and it's even more indistinguishable. Why were we given that when something better existed, allegedly, in its raw form? I mean, for me, that's the question. See, law enforcement has done the absolutely wrong thing at every step of the way. So, like, that's one of my initial theory. Okay, one of my initial theories is this is planted evidence. Okay, that means it's not authentic and something's it's an acting out or a staged scenario. Then my other thing that butts up against that is that law enforcement has done the absolutely wrong thing at every step of the way. Anyhow, thank you guys for being here so much, and I want to now welcome our guest here. So we have Excited Utterance agreed to come and join us tonight, and I'm just so happy she's here because I much rather have someone and not just be talking to myself here. So we have her coming in, and everyone, please welcome her in, and please, Amy, put the link to her channel, and we'll try to get people to go subscribe at her channel as well, in case they don't know her. But Brunt, please let me bring her on in just a moment, and we will be talking.
Hey!
Hey, how you doing, Miss Excited Utterance?
Hey, you can call me Hella. I'm good, thank you.
Okay, good to see you.
Do you go by Prof or do you have another name you like to go by?
Prof works fine.
Cool. Do excuse me, I haven't really been watching your channel very much. You're on mid-afternoon for me. So it's uh 1 p.m. on Saturday afternoon over here. I'm all the way on the other side of the world.
Oh, it's our Friday night, so
Yeah.
it's the perfect time for me. So I don't know about you, but it's just a perfect time. Maybe we have this yin yang in in time frames that works out.
Yeah. Yeah, so sometimes I'm watching YouTube in the afternoon, but I usually stream about 9 a.m. my time, which is about 7 p.m. Eastern for you guys over in the US. So yeah, a bit earlier.
Nice. So let me ask you some questions. How long have you been
Sure.
doing your channel on YouTube here?
About nearly 2 years now. Nearly 2 years.
Oh yeah, me
So
too. Just about. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I've only really been doing the image analysis stuff for the last couple of months. And it's only been because a need kind of popped up. So I'm a graphic designer and a lecturer. So my day job is actually teaching people how to use software like Photoshop and InDesign and Illustrator, mainly Adobe softwares, Canva, things like that. People come to me to learn how to do graphic design mainly, but sort of interior design and all sorts of design theory, but with the softwares that are industry standard. So I've been doing that for longer than I'd like to say. Yeah.
So your eyes
Yep.
and fingers know the software fairly
Yeah.
well, better than I do for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what your background is.
It's absolutely terrible at anything with graphic designer.
Fair enough.
You
Fair
know,
enough.
I got to confess to my listeners, the only way I'm able to pull off my thumbnails is Canva.
Yeah, Canva's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. If it was not for Canva, I mean, I basically would not have a thumbnail. So
Yeah.
I'm just, I use my eyes and I use my ears, um, but no professional experience. And I'm glad that you do, because we have consulted with several career graphic designers in these
Mm,
past couple years, and we can talk about that later if you want. But we
mm,
have several. There's been a lot of concern from the Photoshop experts about some of the media attached to this case, and so that's why
sure.
I know that recently you did a look at this footage that has just been released,
Yep.
and you did a comparison to the older prior released footage,
Yep.
and everyone in my channel was asking for that, and I was going to do it myself. And
Mm-hmm.
when I saw you do it, I thought, oh my God, thank you, because this is what needs to be done. And it's good to have you here and have your insights. And I think maybe together,
Yep.
if we're able to look at it and show
Sure.
our people, and we have so many amazing commenters, they may be able to all together, we may be able to really get some insight into this, because
Mm-hmm.
for me, there's not a question of whether this older footage matches this new release. It clearly does in a way,
Mm.
but I'm just taken aback by how good this quality looks in this original, allegedly original footage, how good the quality looks compared to how terrible the quality looks at that original release that's we've been obsessing over for 7 years.
Well, there's reasons for that.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's what. Well,
Yeah.
what is your main takeaway or the TLDR?
Well, it's really quite simple. So it's the bridge guy that we've been looking at all these years has been cropped in. He's only so big, and the original is so big. So he's this big, and the original's this big. So he's only taking up this much real estate in pixelage compared to the whole frame, which is this big. And so we've been looking at this guy, he's this big, and he has been blown up, interpolated, resampled, whatever you like to call it, using an algorithm, which is a bit old as well. So using an old fashioned algorithm to make up pixels out of nothing, basically. And so we've been looking at something that has been, yes, altered, but upscaled from a really small amount of pixels. So what we actually go and look into the new footage that we've been given, the new old footage that we've been given, is actually not that clear at all. Right? So people are looking at the footage we've been given and going, "Oh, it's so clear, it's so clear." No, it's not. When you look into Bridge Guy and zoom in, he's not clear at all. He's actually pixelated. Of course he's pixelated because he's little,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's really little. But what I think people are upset about is that they've been looking at something different. He's been looking bad quality in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
He's been interpolated and smushed up and fuzzy looking, right? And that's because of the way he's been like made to look bigger than he was prior. So I had to show you visually, and that will make more sense. But I think Another thing that people are a bit confused about is there's this thing about why is the video so clear? It's only an iPhone 6s. iPhone 6s weren't that bad.
No, they weren't.
They
They
no.
weren't. And there's several settings within that camera. I went and studied that camera very much the past 2 days.
Mm,
But I think there are problems with this video,
mm,
but the problems are not with the clarity of the video. It's with
mm.
other things. But I'd like to look at it with you, this A/B comparison, because
Yep.
I just question the value in the interpolation at this point. You know what I mean about
Yeah.
retroactively looking back in retrospect and saying, like, was it helpful to have a little more smear over the face or not? I mean,
No, it
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah. I
No,
just
because people were seeing all sorts of things that were just not there,
hmm
right? So unfortunately, it was not helpful because there's nothing in the original footage that can identify a person really,
yeah,
right? There's
yeah.
nothing. You can see a white man. That's about it,
I would
right?
say a white man who's not old and not really young. Like,
Mm.
I don't know. It's
There's
horrible.
not much you can get out of it. And I'm a little bit annoyed right now because there are people who are taking stills from the current video that's been put out and going, oh, I just cleaned it up a little bit and I can see a mustache, right?
You still can't. No.
No, I have a big problem with that. I have a massive problem with that because you're doing exactly what the state did all those years ago.
Well, they're
Is you're
trying to
taking
make
a
it look like
still,
Ron Logan.
well,
I
whatever they're
think.
trying to do, whatever they're trying to do, they're doing exactly what the state did years ago, and
Yeah.
that is take a still and interpolate it up. You're cleaning, saying you're cleaning it up is basically what the state did to try and make it look like a person so people
Mhm.
can see more detail that's not there. It's just not there. Thank you, Sleuthy. Hey, love. Good to see ya. So, yeah. I have a problem with that. And I've said really clearly on my channel a few times now, and I made a tweet about it the other day, I will not be saving any altered images out of my Photoshop and putting them out anywhere.
Thank you.
So I
Thank
have a
you.
problem with that because there's too much speculation about what's real and what's not. Um, and I'm not contributing to that.
Mhm.
I'm here to help clear up what's clear up questions rather than add more.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit of the opposite. I'm here to add skepticism to this entire case in every way possible, because
Yeah.
I never believe what I'm told. Like I've said this so many times. I know if you haven't watched, but I have so many people who send rumors and insinuations and all kind of bull crap and word on the street. And my whole thing from the very beginning has been, okay, show me. You
Yeah.
know, you can say
Yeah.
what you want, but show me and let me verify and vet it out. And the problem with this case is 75% of people, they don't vet a thing. And so it's full of misinformation. And that's what
Yep.
I've tried to spend 2 years clearing up is vet, 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 vet. And let's be honest with each other. And if you can't show me, then I'm just going to put it in the back of my mind as a community-based rumor.
Yeah. All right. Do you want me to try and share the screen or
Oh yeah, please have at it.
I'll
I'll
try?
get out of here if I'll figure it out too on my end if I.
No, no. You'll probably what you'll need to do is make it so that I can show the full screen and there's just two us overlaid on top. So if you can find a layout that works, that would be cool.
Okay.
Okay. So there's okay. So I've got the screen is down there. You have to add it. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. Let me
That
mess
works.
around.
Yeah, you
Oh,
mess around with that.
oh,
Oh no.
I like
Cool.
this one. Okay.
All right, sweet. Okay. All right. So I've got everything I've been showing on my channel here. So I wasn't going to do anything new today. I'm just going to show what I've done already. So uh, what I have in the background here is the new BG video. So if I just go backwards a little bit. Um, okay, so if we I might even turn off the old BG video for a minute. Okay, cool. All right, so what we're looking at here. All right. So this is new. This is what we've been given. And I'm only focusing in on the stuff that we've been shown prior. So not looking at the stuff of just Abby walking on the bridge or them looking down at the stones or anything like that. I'm just trying to see comparison between what we've seen and what we've been shown in the last couple of days. So if I go and zoom in on this, this is Bridge Guy. This is actually the true pixels of Bridge Guy
Let me ask you
that
then,
exist. Yep.
are we looking at each individual picture is a square? I mean, each, okay, let me back that up.
Yeah.
Each square is an individual pixel. That's the level of depth we're at. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you.
This is it. This is all there is.
Okay.
All right. So there's nothing more to him than that. Right. So, and I know that it depends how far away you look at him, how much detail you're seeing, because that's how pixels work, right? So pixels, I was explaining the other day, pixels are like bricks in a wall. And a house is made of bricks. You look at a house from further away, it looks like a house. You look at a house from really, really close, and it looks like a wall of bricks. You look really, really, really close, and it looks like just a couple of bricks. You can't tell it's a house anymore, right? So you're not going to make more bricks because the house is already built. It's done. And it's the same with this. You're not going to make more of these. These are the bricks. That's it. Okay? So, assuming this is the original video, this is it. That's all we've got of him. And yes, there's a few frames of it. We could look at a couple of other frames. Oops. Now, the other thing to note is that he moves around. All right. When I say he moves around, the camera moves around. So Libby was kind of dropping the phone at the time. And this is what I believe to be what they were referring to when they said stabilized. Right. So, and this is why I've also got this other version next to it. So if we remember that, I'll zoom out again. If we remember that the Bridge Guy video we're used to seeing, sorry, BG video. Yeah, the Bridge Guy video we're used to seeing, this one here, over on the right, he was contained within this sort of frame, right? So he lived within a 9x16 frame, so a portrait frame. And we were able to watch him walk within that frame. Good luck watching this guy walk within a frame like that because the camera moves around, right? So we can't see that. We can see
Right. That's my
him
next
walking.
project is I'm going to try to pay someone to image stabilize it and reproduce is what I thought to do is try to have it stabilized.
Yeah,
But
so see how much he
so let me
moves?
ask you this that you've brought in this original, is that from the motion fix download from the ISP in its
This one in the
highest
background.
original
Yes.
quality, that
Yes.
insert? And
Yes.
can you get to the same level to see the pixels
This one
at the same
here.
level of pixelization?
Yes. So see what it's done. Right. So
Yeah.
this one has been interpolated, right? So you can see how furry it is. Like it's fuzzy. There's a smoothness to it, right? So
Could you do a side by side at the same level of zoom, maybe?
okay, so that's a loaded question because if they are at the same level of zoom, then you're actually taking pixels away, right? So I can take this one and scale it down, but then I'll be throwing pixels away from this one, right? So I can't actually make them the same size
Oh,
and not
maybe
throw
we can
pixels
count.
away.
Can I help you count maybe we can zoom into this guy
Yeah.
and then so
All right.
see.
So if I go and say, all right, so at the moment, uh, do, do, do.
So let's say if I say from the tip of the hat to the chin might be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's about 15 maybe
Okay.
there. Oh my God.
Okay, so he's 18 millimeters by, so the 18 by 18, I can do a 18 by 18 millimeter square there, right? And I could put nothing into it, for example. Where's my layers gone? Here. Cool, okay, and I'll just fill that with nothing. Okay, just a second. Goodbye, bridge guy.
It's like watching a chef whip up some, I don't know, beautiful brew in the cauldron, and you're like, what the hell are they doing in there?
Goodbye, bridge guy.
What's going on in that kitchen?
Oh dear. All right, so some of my dialog boxes are turning up on another screen whilst I'm doing this. Okay, so and that is also a square. So
Feel free to say no at any moment too. I might stress you out. I don't mean to stress you.
yeah, it's all right. It's just the problem is I can't do it without throwing pixels away, and if I throw pixels away, it's going to give us a different result. So I'm just going to use that and mask it off. Hang on a second. And I'm going to grab the old BG video. I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'm going to take his face and I'm going to mask it. Okay. Disable. All right. All right. So there's no reason why I couldn't bring that one down. Ah, apologies. Keep talking whilst I work.
Oh yeah, no, take your time. Take your time. We're gonna ask that Jim. We're getting there. I'm gonna let Hella take her time and not stress her out while she's working.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm thinking. So I'll riff. I'll riff right now. What I'm thinking is what you're doing would take me probably 7 hours. Like I could see myself sitting here for hours and hours and hours trying to figure out just how to do like a simple cut and paste. And oh yeah, no, I zero
I've
skills.
I've also got a cursor program set up. See this green thing? The cursor program is stopping me from using some of my shortcuts. So I keep going Command D for deselect, and it is bringing up a different thing that's coming up on my the top of my screen. And I'm like, why can't I deselect? But that's just so you guys can see what's going on. See, I go deselect, and this little cross thing comes up at the top left hand corner. So I can't use that. Anyway, so I should go select. I have to go actually up into my menu bars for that, which is so unlike me. So if I go 18 by 18, like I said before, 18 by 18. Sorry, you can keep talking now. There we go.
Deb says, I haven't ditched the chat. I'm just intensely watching. Intently watching. Me too. Me too. Yeah, we're all good. We're just chilling. I see the chat is doing a nice job. Nice job, chat. Here is her channel. If you want to go subscribe, please do. All right, let's see.
Yeah. All righty.
Can I play a little piano? Jeez, I sure could. I was thinking of that earlier today, how I thought I should have the piano ready to go when I do lives so I can at any time just like go at it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Did you
used to
ask
do
me
that.
some?
I
You asked
mean,
me to do something really difficult.
thank you. Okay. No, back in the day when I first started my channel,
Yeah.
I used to actually do that. I had everything set up so that it was all good to go, and I would do my own introductions, and maybe
Yeah.
at the end of the show too, I would do my own music. But then the trolls just started attacking like so relentlessly that I could not. I no longer cared to do it. I thought, you know what? I don't care anymore about doing any of this, and so I dropped the music here, but I'm gonna set it back up because it's fun to do. It's kind of it's a stress reliever.
Yeah. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put him over the top. I'm going to make him a bit transparent. I'm going to put him over the top so we can see.
Thank you so much for it. That's what I'm trying to show is like what I'm basically wondering to show is what was done in this so-called process of interpolation or enhancement. Like, how did it change, and was it helpful or not? And how helpful. I I'm at the point where I believe like just the original would be. I haven't seen the A/B comparison, but I think like why not just why mess with it at all? Like
I'm
there's
gonna,
more
I'm gonna,
experts in the world than there are working for Indiana State Police. So they could have like released the original and let all the experts in the world go at it as a crowd-funded sort of effort.
so I've just changed the color of so on the left is the BG video we've been looking at all along. And on the right is the new one, so you can see it's the new one because it's got more width to it. So all this stuff out here we never saw before. It used to crop around there, and you can actually see there's less detail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's less detail, and the reason there's less detail is because what they've done is they've interpolated it, right? So they've they've let the software make decisions as to where to split pixels and make new ones, right? So, and the software in 2017, or actually it would have been 2019 when the loop came out, wasn't that great, right? I just want to thank Hella for going through all the work just to get us side by side. We asked for that's all right. I'm actually a little bit impaired doing it on stream because I've got this cursor software up, which is stopping me from using my key commands that I'm used to having. So sorry about that. It took a little bit longer than it should have. Um, but
Ooh.
yeah, you're right. Um, but yeah, it's you can see that it's all smoothed out and blurry, right? Whereas the original, if this is the original in the background, it's some like it's hard to say that it's sharper, but the pixels are more original as in true to form, right? So they haven't been screwed with. Um, there's but the other thing I just need to notice, there's not much there. Like there's really not
Yeah,
much
I mean,
there.
honestly, all I'm seeing, if you would ask me my amateur observation to my eye, is like all I'm seeing is sort of a smoothing of the colors. Like
Mm,
not really, so in other words, if you look, I wish you could see my mouse, but say
mm,
if you look at the original, in other words, this full screen, if you look at the nose, you see
mm.
how where the nose is, the
Yeah.
colors sort of go across the nose in
Yes.
and make a squarish or rectangular
Yeah.
formation. And then
Correct.
if you look at the little insert you've produced,
Yep.
it's more smooth.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
in my
Looks like he's got a sock over
analysis,
his head.
in my analysis, what it looks like is that it has smooth, so you could kind of say that it's depixelated, but it really has not removed pixels or added pixels. It's more so blurred the lines, the sharp lines of the
It did.
square pixels or something. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what happens when you tell your software to make pixels out of nothing, that's what it does, right? So if I just show you, I'll go to the image size tab, right? So there's this thing called resampling, right? Which is basically interpolating. So resampling, there's a few different ways to resample. And by default, resampling tends to do this thing. Where is it? Nearest neighbor, right? So nearest neighbor takes the hard edges, so the edges where there's a quick drop off in color. So hard edges, I would say a hard edge would be the edge of his
Sounds like what I
jacket.
just described, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So the hard edge, it'll just do a quick drop off there, so we'll remember that. But then it will also look at where the smooth gradients are. So it'll look at that and it'll go, okay, so anything like this where there's a bunch of pixels that are similar to one another, I'm not going to remember all the pixels. I'm just going to remember that there's a big chunk of them and they're all the same, and I will just keep duplicating those, right? So I'll just duplicate as many of those as I can and I'll smooth them all out, and then I'll take this hard edge and I'll just add more in between. So to remember those pieces. Um, that's how it works. It's really simple.
But you know what's funny to me as I'm looking at this, my gut instinct first impression as I'm looking is like it wasn't worth it at all. Like so I would analyze it like this. If I'm from a distance, if I'm backed off from a distance,
Mm,
in other words, if you zoom out, yes,
mm.
maybe the smoothing would have a more cohesive effect somewhat. But as far as zooming into it, there's really no purpose because all you've done is now obscure the features because you know what I'm instantly brought back to in my mind is how for years some of the screenshots and images that were put out there, it almost appeared as if he had something over his nose and mouth, over the
Oh,
face.
I've got that as well. Hang on a minute, I'll show you. So, so what I was also comparing was some of the other ones that have existed. And so if we go a bit further up in my video here, upscale BG, and I've also got press video still. So I'll go out here. So look at this one. This was one I found on a press site. Look at that. That looks like he's got a bandana on.
Yeah, and I've seen several even different, but several of them look like that, and that's the point I was making is
Yeah,
what's odd to me is the is when you're showing the original here,
yeah,
it's clear that there's no bandana over the face. So it's almost like the
yeah.
interpolation or the smoothing caused people to add extra filters and then start to assume that that smoothness meant a continuation of whatever scarf he has down here over the face. And it's just bizarre. I mean, it's we have like everyone's been looking at the wrong things for years. It's and someone made a point here that echoing what I had said that it seems like it
Mm,
would have been better just to release the original and
mm.
let maybe some expert in Canada or South America, Argentina, who knows, China, somewhere, someone who was expert might be able to actually do a better job than the one staffed Indiana State Police person who had some Photoshop experience. It's just odd, man.
Honestly, I can tell you right now, you're not getting anything more out of this,
You're not getting
right?
more. Yeah.
You're not getting any more out of this. I can guarantee you. I mean, I'm looking at this. If that's the amount of pixels you've got, you ain't getting anything more out of that,
No, that's all you
right?
got. I mean, it's
That's all you've got.
it's in my old days with my buddies, we had this thing, it is what it is, when it came to music. In other words, like
Yeah.
this is the chord you're playing and
Mm.
there's no more. That's
There's
like
nothing more.
this is what it is. And then
Yeah.
so by trying to put the cerebral or the esoteric and the analyzation, like by getting away from the essence, you sort of lose the point that like, what makes it what it is what it is. And this is what I'm seeing here is this is what it is. And it's not, it's really, you know what I've done? I have looked at the comparisons of individuals out there taking measurements with height
Yeah.
and all and the same time of day and actually the same day of year and that sort of stuff. And what you
Mm-hmm.
can tell is that no matter what is coming from this sort of deal, what you can get from the actual zoom out with the characters and the planks in reference and the shadows is that this guy is at least 6'0". Okay, so that's interesting to
Yeah.
me. That this is a tall guy. That's all we know. And that this is what it is. Like, could you please show that AB comparison again before we
Sure.
scrap it. You took so much time to make it, but
No, it's all right. Sorry about that.
oh, please don't apologize. No, I think it's
Yeah.
good for people to see. Let me blow it up again. Let's see.
Sure.
Yeah.
There we are. But I was going to show you. I have Sleuthy's comparison of the squashed one. You probably already showed this. The squash still that everyone was looking
Oh
at for
yeah,
2 years.
yeah. Please show that too because I've
Yeah.
posted it several times, but no, it's
Yeah.
so odd to me. Let me riff on that, and while you're looking for it, that what's so odd to me is that they would take what is clearly a more healthy weight, tall individual, and they would
Mm-hmm.
try to squish this guy and make him shorter and more overweight. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is just bewildering.
It's pretty weird. Like it's just it's very um misleading. It's as simple as that. It's very misleading and it's just wrong. It shouldn't
And you
happen.
know what else happened? The it wasn't just the smushing, but the colors changed too because it when we go
Oh yeah, the
back through
colors
the
did change. Yeah.
Delphi archives, when they released that squished image turned the jacket almost well, no, it was opposite, I believe,
Mm.
where it was blacker, and then as time went by, it turned more blue. And I
Mm.
still question, is it black or is it blue? And
It's
is it
definitely blue. No question about it. Like I mean, it's I haven't seen anything where it really looked black.
oh, we got to get you the OG Delphi, like weird initial releases before any of the before any of the downloadable releases, that there were these black jacket shots, and it's like, who the hell is that? Why does he turn blue eventually? And
Why
so
is he blue?
yeah, so maybe the question is, why was he black, or why
Prof.
was the jacket black? He's always been a older white guy in a yeah. Let me let you
Thank you,
pull that up.
Untamable. Yeah, hang on. It's just gone missing. Just a minute. I'll get it off Sleuthies.
Oh, you guys having weather difficulties in Missouri? All right. Well, good luck with that. God bless. Stay safe. Okay, Sleuthy has a question about shadows. We'll get to that.
Sure.
We're not going to forget, promise.
Yeah.
No, I have to say Wolf Eyes 8. Immediately, I was able to say, there's no way it's Richard Allen. Now, look, let me also say Richard Allen being a part of this crime has nothing to do, in my mind, with him being Bridge Guy or not. Because
No.
I'm not confident that Bridge Guy was the only perpetrator or was a perpetrator. I'm still undecided whether it's Bridge Guy involvement or not. But I can pretty confidently say that when I'm looking at this and I'm saying that the measurements prove that it's a guy that's 6 foot or higher, Richard Allen, there's no way he's ever going to look anywhere near 6 foot. Okay. And now I see you've got the good stuff now, so good.
Yeah, Sleuthy just sent it to me. Thank you. I was like, where did it go? All right. So let's see. Oops. Zoom out a bit. Okay. So up the top is our current bridge guy. Down the bottom is our old bridge guy. Really old bridge guy. Vintage bridge guy. I think that's unacceptable.
That's
personally.
too, yeah. And look at them, guys. Like, let me move us. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, top guy, normal weight, tall. Bottom
Yep.
guy, squished and blurred and fatter, shorter. I mean, maybe that could be Richard Allen, the squish one.
Yeah. But that was before they even knew about him, right?
Years before. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it's when you say rotated, Sleuthy, he's not really rotated the whole thing because it's squashed. It
No, I think
looks
she means
rotated.
inverted, like maybe she means like this, like
Flipped.
flipped. I disagree,
No.
though. I
No,
disagree
no.
because of
Because the
that tree in
trees
the
are that way.
background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That tree's super controversial, by the way.
I know it is. Yeah, the F tree, right?
The F tree. And apparently it can't possibly grow out of there.
Oh, and it's coming from between, maybe. No, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I am so sick of looking at this image. We've done it for 7 years, and it
I
to
know.
ad nauseum, to the point of it enrages me. It makes me
Yeah.
nauseous. And we don't mean to be doing this for that purpose, but I
No.
think what we're trying to show you guys is receipts. I mean, like we're trying to show you, like, it is what it is right here. Like, we're trying to show you what is,
Mm.
and maybe we can not have to stare at it much anymore after this. But
Can I just say something though? Like, I feel, and I have felt for a while, and especially since the trial, that Bridge Guy is a giant distraction.
yeah,
Like he's not the point. Like, for one thing, we don't even know for sure that that dude that was following them is even the killer, right?
well,
And that's
that's
the
what
whole
I'm
state's
saying.
case.
We don't know. I mean, it's sort of an assumption. He could be, he couldn't be. I mean, there's nothing that shows it. Or, I mean, you know what I said in my last stream was, for me, it almost seems like they're kind of all comfortable up until the words "down the hill." When I hear the words "down the hill," it seems like I almost hear a gasp or something, like, and I'm thinking, were they with this guy already and comfortable? And when they get to the end of the bridge, and you hear this voice that's very muffled that says down the hill. Is that
Hmm.
when something goes wrong when the camera cuts? I don't know, but we
Who
we don't
knows?
even know if it's the same voice as this guy here.
But it's
It's
surely not
just
enough for beyond reasonable doubt. That's for sure. And
absolutely.
what I mean, I raged the day after he was found guilty because I was like, well, the the state played this giant story about Bridge Guy being the guy. If you can accept that Bridge Guy is the guy, and if you can accept that Rick Allen is Bridge Guy, then you can accept he's the killer, and that's it, right? And they, the jury, did not pay enough attention to the crime scene photos. They just didn't. Because the crime scene photos do not align with Richard Allen's own words. His confessions, which they put so much stock into, do not align with the crime scene photos. How could he have done all that stuff to those girls if he was just in such a panic because he saw a van and had to get out of there so fast? That
Well,
makes
there,
no
see,
sense.
now you're getting into the crime or the theory of the crime, and that's where you and I totally agree in a much like this is not even about this graphic stuff anymore. It's like what in the fucking hell? Like the to leave like for me, you know what another thing was were the sticks on the bodies because no matter how they try to portray it as a random throwing of sticks on bodies to hide them,
Mm.
it's just totally inconceivable because those bodies, I mean, those sticks on those bodies have definitive right angles. And that doesn't happen in nature very often. Like the chance of that happening is nowhere near 100% like what you see in those crime scene photos. And so someone just sent me this. I wanted to share while you're here. This was the
Yep.
black jacket. You see?
Oh, it's
Okay. That's the black
okay.
jacket. And look how the thing over the face is so like uh
What the
pronounced.
hell is that?
This was the first photo released. Now, let me show you the proof and who it was. It was, let me see if I can get it up. It was J. Kyle Keener on February 20th. He says it's his photos and it's in the Pharaoh's Tribune. So that's the receipt of where? And this is the receipt of what? Let me get it. I'm goofing. Oh, where? Where is it? All right.
What?
Yeah, so you tell me it's black and he's got the mask on. And then what you're showing here is clearly reality where or whatever. Like, and this is supposed to be a photo by J. Kyle Keener. And then you go over to uh-oh, I've lost your screen. What happened?
It's
Let's
all
see.
right. It's here.
Remove.
You just remove it and add. Yep.
There you go. And see, now we get this. Which I don't think. Listen, let me clarify that too. I don't think this is a photo by J. Kyle Keener.
No, it
I
can't
think that
be.
J. Kyle Keener claimed credit here for the entire article,
Yeah.
wherein they took a screenshot from the video.
Yeah.
But again, this is not a print. This is a digital edition,
Mm,
but the color profile turns this black. This is what I mean that the first image the world ever saw was black.
right.
And then it turned into, this what we've always known from then. So
So hang on a minute. Are you saying that that was it was a digital edition, but what we were looking at there was a scan of a print?
no, I don't know. I don't believe it. It's a
It
digital
looks like a
edition.
print
I believe what it was is because see we got this.
because, like, you can see the newsprint
That
that's coming
does
in
look
behind it.
print. That does look print. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. It does because you can see the backside. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll just say that, like, here's the thing about print, right? On newsprint, especially dark colors, they often come up far darker than you expect them to, like 10 to 20% darker, because the paper is very porous. So we do this thing called undercolor removal when we're doing full color photos for print. And if you don't do it properly, things that are dark blue, dark red, things like that, they kind of come up black. So it's
But
just
it's a good point.
poor
It's
pre-production
not
process.
squished at all, but it is darker. So I get you. I
Yeah,
get you. It's
yeah,
if it was print and then digitized, that would explain the darkerness of it.
yeah. So it's an error, but a bad error.
People in the chat, a shit is a shit is a shit. Yeah, it's everything about this. But what she's showing here, this whole squishing phenomenon, like, and you know
It's
what's
like,
funny? Even the angle of the bridge is different.
well,
Like
that's it has to be
it's
because
been
when you squish it, the whole thing squishes. I'll show
hmm.
you. Show you. So I can squish this guy.
Oh yeah, squish it. Let's see.
Yeah, sure. Let's go squish.
Thank
Squish
you.
it.
This is
It'll be
fun.
fun. Okay,
On
sure.
the fly. It's like so squished. What's the point?
Okay, so
I
I'll
mean,
just
so
start.
the question is, are we dealing with an amateur here in the ISP who's providing this? Or are we dealing with somebody like trying to change the shape of a person? You
Yeah,
know,
is it purposeful or not?
that's been a whole thing with this law enforcement. When I go back to my theory of how half of the theory is that it's a bunch of staging, and then the other half of my theory is that it's a total shit show on the side of law enforcement. And maybe it's the mix of both that has made this the most complicated crime in true crime that no one can wrap their head around. You know,
It does feel like no one has
it's a
any idea what really
tragedy of
happened.
errors.
Yeah. So okay, that's me squishing the top guy to look more like the bottom guy, right? And you can see that that changes the angle of the bridge,
I
right?
see. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
it has to change the angle of the bridge. If it doesn't change the angle of the bridge, that doesn't make any sense.
Could you put him back normal and let us watch him? Let us watch the bridge morph back into shape. If it's too much, it's too much.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Uh, do, do, do. Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Hang on. Like that. Broop, 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 broop.
He's a rubber
Look how
man.
tall he can
The rubber
get.
man.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, he goes. See how the bridge changes with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good show.
Does
Good
that make
show.
sense?
Good
Yeah,
showing.
cool.
Thank you so much.
That's all right.
So that, oh, I lost her. Yeah.
Not here.
Yeah, so that really explains that a lot. That really does. And it's really inconceivable. And I go back to the point of it's like, listen, law enforcement agencies, from here on out, all of you, trust the world. You might have a guy on salary making 52,000 a year who is your graphics guy for the department, but trust me, there are more experts in the world than your 52,000 a year police officer who does some Photoshop. I would just put out the raw data and let the world work with it because I mean, like our guest here, she's no she's no military grade expert in Photoshop, but even she can do better. So you can squish with the slight diagonal twist as well, like you
Yeah,
mean
you can do.
this.
It's called a skew. You can skew a little bit as well.
Oh, it's called
So
twerking. Here in America, we call
like
that
this.
twerk.
So you can go. You can even go like that. See?
It's called that's called the shrooms. Look, court of public
Yeah,
opinion
yeah.
says law enforcement is protecting the real killers by creating an entirely different shit show with a scapegoat. Well, that's what Richard Allen, I believe. See, here's what I don't get with Richard Allen. And I really hate the arguments people put across that say he's got no prior record. He's never done anything. He's an innocent guy, obviously. Well, that's not true because that doesn't hold true because there's plenty of people who've never been caught for anything, who've never been caught for killing anyone, who've been sober their whole lives and da 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 da, but end up being insane maniacal killers. And so saying there's no criminal history has no meaning to me. But There are plenty other of reasons to say why it doesn't make sense. Like his DNA is nowhere on these girls. His digital fingerprint is nowhere near these girls. He doesn't even appear to have a reason to have knowledge of these girls. And he was a regular visitor out there to the trails. If it seems like if he was a rapist, he would have found someone else to rape in all the previous 15 years he had been at the trails. There's just so many things that make you question how in the hell, like, doesn't it make more sense that the person who catfished the girls out there to begin with may have had something to do with how they ended up? And we know for sure that the Anthony Shots or account or someone associated with that account is who was in communication with the girls for the week prior, and who Jerry Holman claims was the reason that the girls were out there that day, which for me is a hell of a lot more compelling. I would look at who in the hell had access to those Anthony Shots accounts other than
It
Keegan
is
Klein.
it is pretty hard to believe he had nothing to do with it. Like nothing.
I mean, I know this, and I've said it so many times that you brought up reasonable doubt earlier, and the only way I can try to get through to people who would prejudice that he is guilty because the state says so is that, listen, wouldn't you want to see proof beyond a reasonable doubt? And clearly, looking at the numbers we have out here, that seems to be in the 85% percentile, that people are rejecting this verdict. It would appear that people are not convinced. And even the juror herself, that when she tried to relay what the jury was thinking, the only thing she could come back to is white van. And like you say, the white van and that whole narrative breaks down when you think about it logically. Like, why would he spend 45 minutes or an hour there effing around with two dead bodies and putting sticks and undressing and redressing and doing all the crap with these dead bodies if he's spooked by a white van? So it all just breaks down.
Right? Right?
I get angry so often on here, and people say, "Prof, you're always mad." It's just like, what the fuck do you expect?
People just like jurors don't get reasonable doubt. And did you like? She also spoke about the fact that Rosie dumbed it down by showing the steps graphic at the beginning, right? Like in Wadia. Do you know the steps graphic, the whole reasonable doubt chart, levels of proof? Have you seen that one before?
No.
Oh, I've got it.
Sounds
I'll
good.
show
You
you if you
got
want.
it?
Yeah, I do have it. Well, okay. It's kind of the standard graphic that mainly defense attorneys show. It's very bad. Like there's so few attorneys who can properly explain what beyond a reasonable doubt really means. And in a lot of jurisdictions, the judges don't even let you explain it. But that was early on in the process, and even that juror said, "Oh, he dumbed it down for us by trying to tell us what it meant." Clearly, she didn't understand what it meant.
Well,
Like none of it.
she had the mentality of a, I don't know, 14-year-old high school girl or something.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But it's just absolutely appalling, and the this is quite a standard graphic that's used. There's actually no explanation of beyond a reasonable doubt at the very top of it. The other levels of proof are explained, but not that one, the most important one. It's what makes me really mad. Anyway, yeah, I might bring it up.
Yeah, and I want to say this too, because I've said it so many times, and I always repeat things when I feel like people don't understand it. But for real, guys, like, I was truly disgusted, like flabbergasted by McClellan in his closing statements, because he literally narcissistically abused and traumatized the jury by bringing out those autopsy and crime scene photos with all the zoom ins on the wounds and stuff, as he's making his final play that Richard Allen is that guy, he brings out the most gory, horrific stuff. And I remember that last day of trial, I was over here just like many days, like having just emotional breakdowns. I was just like, are you kidding me? He did that? Like it's like I've lived with a narcissistic abuser. I know how they operate. And for him to try to manipulate the jury like that was, it just seemed like unethical. It's like, bro, your job is not to play on the jury's emotions like that. It's to prove the facts of the case without having to stoop to those levels. Yeah, I'll let it go. There you go. So, wow.
So this is what a lot of attorneys use, levels of proof, and look how complex it is. Like, so yeah, no evidence, a scintilla of evidence, reasonable suspicion, probable cause. Preponderance is more like it should be in the middle because it's 51 to 49. And I am of the opinion that most juries today think they need to convict based on clear and convincing evidence. So a firm belief that the allegations are true,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you think about it, the jurors who go and do media interviews, they're usually the stupidest ones, right? But they tend to come along and say, yeah, I firmly believe it was true because of this, this, and this. But they don't really consider doubt. They never really bring into it why they eliminate or how they eliminated doubt. So
Shit, if
this
I'm
is,
looking at this, I would say, I don't know. I would say the most you got with Richard Allen for me would probably land on step number 3, reasonable suspicion,
yeah,
if that.
yeah.
And the
But
thing is, look, the world is seeing it. I showed in a show like a couple days ago or earlier this week. I did a show where I went through all of the news stations past few months of coverage and all of the comment sections on YouTube. And you would not believe, I don't know if you've noticed it yet, but the 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 uh the proportions in the comments are unbelievable. It's like
mm,
12 to 1, 14 to 1,
yeah,
18 to 1, 24 to 1, where people are like, what in the world? You guys are evil. Like
mm.
he's clearly not guilty.
It might be though because they're more the people that are out in force now. The people who think he's guilty have forgotten about it.
I I
Maybe.
guess I just feel like 3 out of 4 reasonable people looking at this would have to say, like, come on, man. Like, you're putting a guy, listen, if the death penalty was an option here, I always consider things in that way. Like, what
Yeah.
if this was a death penalty case? Would you
Mm.
kill this guy on this evidence? And for me, it's no. Like, how in the
They didn't
world
even
could
pursue the death penalty. That's an interesting point, right? The state did not pursue the death penalty. I know there was an embargo at the time, right? But they still could have pursued it, right?
I
This
don't know.
like they still could have pursued it because people were on death row at the time. So they
Right.
didn't pursue it. Why did they not pursue it? Because they knew they wouldn't have a chance with this evidence. They knew it.
It's paper thin. And for me, it's like when you've got zero forensics, they claim that the bullet is forensics, but even the juror admitted that they couldn't take that seriously. Like, even the juror admitted that the jury didn't really think about those forensics. So they all end up with zero forensics. You got drugged confessions, which also that has a subconscious effect, but that's it. And so all you got are witnesses alleging these anonymous points of
Mm.
a kind of a plastic or pliable timeline. I don't
Mm.
know. It's
Have you
been
noticed
an
something?
emotional roller coaster for me to go through this whole
So,
process.
have you noticed something missing from this chart?
I don't know. I would say at the top where it says reasonable doubt, there's nothing that says proof that the person is actually guilty.
No explanation at the top one. All the others have an explanation.
What the world?
what, what's going on up here? Did they run out of space?
Well, you know what I like about this graphic though? At the top, you know that phrase beyond a reasonable doubt? Well,
Yeah,
literally, you have to go beyond a reasonable doubt to hit that green button that says guilty.
you do, but the word beyond isn't even there. They couldn't fit that in there either. So anyway, I'm trying to work out a better way to make this graphic from all the way over here on the other side of the world. Um, yeah,
Yeah, so Trial Junkie says he was at the bridge, so he's guilty. Yeah, like about 20 others that day. And it's odd that in this trial, they omitted, I don't know, 10 or 12 of them. Yeah,
mm,
yeah. So what about who else is guilty then? All
yeah.
right.
Just being there makes you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Unbelievable.
Well,
Like,
yeah, it's a good point, Meow. I mean, I didn't mean to downgrade it. Yeah, they
yeah.
did sentence him to death because he gets to die in prison. But
Mm,
you get what I was I was saying that I use that litmus because I think about it in those terms. It's like, what do we all have that's the most invaluable thing? Is time.
mm,
That is the most invaluable thing in our lives because when you go to get paid, what do you get paid for? It's the time. When you think of what you can never get back, it's your time. When you think of what you're going to run out of when you die, it's time. So, time is your greatest asset. And for them to, when you get sentenced for a crime, the penalty you pay is time. And some pay with death when they get sentenced to death, but for the most part, time is your sentence. That's why I don't believe it's okay to abuse prisoners, because prisoners, their punishment is time taken away. Their time is their punishment. So you don't get to go and like shock them or starve them or beat them or torture them, or that's why I do believe, I am a conservative, but I believe in prison reform or criminal justice reform because I don't believe it's proper to abuse a person when you've already taken the most precious gift from them,
mm.
which is their time. And so Richard Allen, he's now lost the rest of his time, and over what? Over Sarah Carbos saying he's muddy and bloody and there and that's him, but never pointing to him and never saying he's bloody until the third year when she's talked to the third time there's so many things that have just really been traumatizing. I know this whole community has trauma bonded for that reason. The amount of gaslighting and I guess I'm losing my words here, but would they expect you to believe and agree with things that no reasonable person who has a little intelligence would accept? And for me, it's like you got two dead girls. You have all kind of people who've confessed to killing them. You have a whole community who's told different stories for 7 years. And then you have someone who's no way tied to them whatsoever with almost a not a shred of evidence other than a bullet, which for me, the bullet's the only evidence. And it almost seems like it. I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist. You already know. So I almost think like that bullet planted? Like, did they somehow decide that we have this bullet and we're going to make it fit this guy?
They fired it.
Yeah,
It was an unspent round. They fired it.
you're comparing an
I'm an
unspent round to a fired cartridge, and that's
I'm
the
an
match.
Australian. We don't even have guns, and I know that's not right.
And that's why you're here.
Come on
Everybody,
now.
think that. Do you see why? She understands. She gets it. Yeah,
That's
for those who
ridiculous.
don't know guns out there, let me remove this. For those who don't know guns, here's the deal. Never, ever, ever in creation would you have to fire a round and eject a cartridge in order to match a round that has not been fired. That's not the way guns work. Ever.
That's a
But it was necessary to
mismatch.
convict Richard Allen.
Just a mismatch. Oh
Oh,
my
we've
God.
got to, we've got to. Okay, well, thank you, Helen.
Thank
Listen,
you.
everyone, please thank her before she leaves because she has been so gracious with her time and she's been amazing. And
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Come on my channel sometime.
I will. And we've never seen those pixels so zoomed in, and that's been informative too. Now I actually understand what it is.
It is. And yes, thank you everybody. Have a look at my videos. I've got a few of them on this particular topic and also on the exhibits that were released a little while ago by Nick, the Libby phone and things like that. So all that kind of stuff. It's all available. Have a look. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You've got a lovely chat. They're all fantastic. A few
They're
people I know.
amazing
Lots
in
of
my
people I
chat.
don't.
But please, I'll send them over
Lovely.
to your channel to subscribe, please. And thank you. Excited utterance, yo.
Much appreciated. Bye bye.
Thank you. What an amazing woman and what an amazing guest and a really wonderful talk. I was so glad because I could not have provided for you what she's able to provide. And that's the reason that we're all better together. Um, wow. Wow. I'm just at a loss. I mean, this has just been just such a traumatizing time for all of us. And I know that all of you know that. And it's very hard to talk about because there's so much mental illness, grief. There's been a lot of loss in this community, and it's just been a whole roller coaster. And day in, day out, it's a roller coaster. Um, but it's good that like this whole thing that we found common ground here to talk about. You know, a place where we can gather and talk without censorship, and it's just been wonderful. Um, but I'm glad to have her, and maybe some of you will go to subscribe to her. Please, I'll try to post that link again. Let me put it up here. Please go and find her if you haven't already. She's recently made a little video. It's not so long, 10 minutes or so, where you can see some of her looking at this imagery. Let's see. I'm going to tell you what it's called here. You can find it at that channel. It's called Breaking Down Bridge Guy. And it's 17 minutes. Okay, it's not 10. It felt like 10. But yes, please thank her and subscribe to her channel. Now, let me put it up on the screen. There's so many comments. Geez, what the hell? Okay. Geez, there's so many comments. How can I ever get to that? All right, so let me put up the link there. There you go. All right, so let me look at some comments then. All right. Okay, we got I'm trying to do 5 things at once. I apologize. All right. You've been in top chat the whole time. You lost your, you missed out big time. Everyone, you got to hit newest or show all, whatever the damn button is. Am I lost as well? Let's see. What's the button called? All messages. There you go. All messages. The juror was a dipstick. Yes, but we're trying to be nice, okay? We're trying to say any jurors who would like to come and talk, please come and talk to some of us. Find a YouTuber. We need to hear from the jurors. But that one was like a 12-year-old girl. Okay. Let's see what else we're doing. This is where I read 1 hour old comments. Bingo. Yeah. Congrats. You've reached that part of the show. All right, guys, I want to thank, what is it, Tammy Martin? Tammy Martin put up a super chat, and so did Jennifer Hoff, and I missed those while we were talking. So thank you. And I put up we put up a new goal. So please subscribe to the channels and support the channels. And thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, you would expect that there would be some CSAM or some kind of weird stuff. I guess that's the point that I would make, is there would be weird stuff. I would expect weird stuff on the phones, okay? Or at least some proof that you knew of the victims. Because let's be honest here, the victims are usually targeted. All right. You've already subbed. Good. Thanks for finding her. Right. I'm not going to read through our old comments. I'm looking at them now. They're not that many anyway. You guys were basically talking about what we were showing. Okay. Mark Ellis says thank you. Sweet Dude Shibby says thank you. Dennis McKean says thank you. Critter Mama says thank you. Marie Kelly says thank you. Susie says thank you. Faith Ross says thank you. Everyone says thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being so nice, y'all. Court of Public Opinion says even after they fired it, it still did not match Prof. Yeah, can't you wait? Now, hey, that's another one we haven't talked about yet. All right? Think about this. We might eventually, whenever the judge feels like it, I mean, she'll probably delay another 6 months to a year, but eventually we may get to see this alleged ballistic evidence. In other words, we may be able to compare striations and ejection marks and stuff. And oh boy, you don't want me to get onto that. Okay, because as soon as we're able to look at that, you know I'm going to be looking at it. And you know what else I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be firing rounds and ejecting rounds and comparing my own. So yeah, let's do a little looking. Remember, the information that came out said that it was either a Smith & Wesson or a SIG. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I own a couple Smith & Wessons. So I'll be able to use my own Smith & Wesson 40 and others, and I'll be able to fire and eject some Smith & Wesson 40 rounds. And let's take a look at some ejection versus some fired cartridges. But clearly, with this judge, she wants to make such a show of everything. We'll have to wait until she's damn well ready and people pay her $25 each to get their copy of the evidence before any of us get to see that. But I already have a Delphi local ready, willing, and able to go ahead and pay for that thumb drive as soon as the unhinged biatch is ready to hand it over. So yeah, that's the message I got for you, Go. I got your $25 right here. Okay. $25 ain't nothing but a super chat to me. Look, so far, look, we got Faith Ross just put down a 20 and Amy put down a 5. So there you go. Faith Ross and Amy just paid for the thumb drive. Uh, Let me go throw that down there. Thank you, Faith Ross. Look, we're gonna convince Gull. There you go. Gull. There's your 20 and there's your 5. Okay, Gull. So get off the attitude. And look, I'll even give you a tip. It looks like we got Jennifer Hoff gave a tip. Let me find it. Let me find that other one. Okay, Jennifer Hoff. We're going to crowdsource your crowdsource your $25 thumb drive, Judge Francis Skull. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I think I'm losing. I just lost my place trying to be a smarty pants. I'm a smarty pants. I lost my place. Gosh, see, see when it comes back to bite you in the ass. Oh well, it wasn't meant to be. That's enough of the chat. Okay, I goofed. I don't know. Gull must have done her blood moon ritual last night, and so she's really powerful right now. So she jinxed me. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. I got my $25 ready for my friend to go over to the courthouse and pick up that damn thumb drive. So come on, Gull. Come on, dude. Clock's ticking. Clock's ticking. All right. Yeah, actually, hold on a minute. I just had an idea. Hold on. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. So, thank you. So yeah, so a Smith and Wesson 40. Okay, Smith and Wesson 40. Now this is not a SIG, but like I said, we don't know that there's a SIG involved here. Okay, let's be clear. Remember when the information was first discussed regarding the 40 caliber round, FBI was looking for a Smith and Wesson 40 caliber or a SIG. Now it's interesting. How could it be that ambiguous? Think about it. Think about it. How could it be that ambiguous? I'll wait. How could a SIG not immediately be differentiated from a Smith and Wesson? It's really bewildering. I mean, you got two completely different firearms manufactured by two completely different manufacturers, two different factories, two different internal mechanisms. I mean, listen. I could put it into the search engine right now and it just ask the question like, how many, blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you right now, there are countless manufacturers of 40 caliber handguns. So what was it about this buried in the ground? Remember, this round was buried outside of visual range, not even in the leaf litter. It was buried in the ground. Ground contains rocks, sticks, twigs. How is it that you get a round from under the ground? Just can't make this shit up ever. You get this round from under the ground. And by the way, you don't take pictures of the whole process, but you get it, allegedly. And it's later after the girls are found and the crime scene's cleared. But eventually you get this round out of the ground. You get a whole mechanism it's complicated and it's machined. And you're supposed you're supposed to believe that somehow this round ends up outside of it, ejected. And that when you look at this round, there was some type of marks on it, which clearly they're going to be. I mean, there's going to be marks from putting it in. Listen, you non-gun people. When you put the bullet in to the magazine, it gets scratched. Okay, so let's back it up. I want everyone to understand. Oh my God, this shit is crazy. Okay, when you put the bullet in, it gets scratched as it goes into the magazine. I hope you understand that. Then when it comes on out, it gets scratched again. Okay, and it gets brought up on into the weapon, ready to fire. Now, if it's ejected, it gets extracted, there's a whole other couple scratches. Now, that's as far as level 1 of markings. Now you tell me how, in any way, in order to amplify or magnify those markings, this so-called ballistic expert who's aiming to match this. Well, I left out a crucial part. The crucial part was, first of all, you've got all these levels of markings and you've got two different manufacturers. And listen, these are not made in the same factory at all. Ever. Not Smith & Wesson and SIG. No. Yes, there are some factories that make parts for guns that become branded later. Okay? So let's be real here. There are some gun parts and lowers and whatever you want to call them, all kind of parts, internals, externals, lowers, uppers, that are manufactured by a general factory and machinist. And those parts then become branded by a number of brands, okay? And that in the United States, that mostly happens with AR-15s and rifles. The Smith & Wesson handguns are unique to the Smith & Wesson factory, and so are the SIGs. So there's no cross fertilization here of markings or machining of parts. That's what I'm getting at. Am I taking a lot of words? Am I being verbose? Okay, so keep in mind, like I'm saying, there's no cross fertilization of machinery. It's different machinery. Okay? This machinery produces these parts. This machinery produces these parts, which means if you get random scratches and marks that are made on these rounds, they're going to be different at a base level, like from the jump. There's no chance on them being the same. In other words, you're going to look at this and you're going to say, hey, this came from Smith & Wesson. And it's going to be uniquely identifiable. Or you're going to say, hey, this is a 90 percentile SIG manufactured weapon that made, or pistol that made these marks. I don't see the ambiguity, but there's this allegedly, or apparently there's this ambiguity. Okay, that's level one. And then the level two is, then you get this expert. Okay, once they decide, because remember, they're looking for a SIG or a Smith & Wesson 40. They're not sure yet. But then they eventually reach the point where they say, oh, no, it's a SIG. And it's Richard Allen's. And remember, I came up with a conspiracy theory that went like this. All right, listen. When you want to go purchase hey, this is also for all of you who don't understand guns or purchasing of guns. Because I know, are you libtards? You don't like guns. Okay. So I'll break it down for you because some people understand how it works. Let's say you want to go buy a gun, a handgun, a SIG. So first you're going to have to find an FFL. Well, we're talking about if we're doing it legally, first of all, legally. Okay, legally. If you're buying it all dirty off the street, you can do what the fuck you want. That's why gun control makes 0 sense, because obviously gun control, only the criminals are going to go get it illegally off the street. So, I mean, they're going to do criminal shit anyway, but that's a whole other conversation. But let's say you decide you want to legally acquire a firearm the way that good people usually want to do it, so that they're not criminalized. You're going to have to find an FFL to have that gun delivered. So if you want to go into a gun shop, that gun shop will usually have an FFL attached. But let's say you can buy them off the internet, and people say, oh, no, you shouldn't buy guns off the internet. Well, guess what, fucktard? You're going to also have to use an FFL off the internet. So if you go to the internet purchase, it will be delivered to an FFL, which is a de facto gun shop. Okay, so then you go to the FFL, which is your de facto gun shop, except they don't have a bunch to choose from because you've already purchased it off the internet. You've purchased it off the internet. You don't need the gun shop to have 38 guns to choose from in front of your eyeballs, because you've gone and you've internet shopped. So you're still going to a gun shop to pick it up, but the gun shop is called an FFL. So you go into the FFL, they have your gun that's been delivered. Well, then you have to sit down and you have to give your ID and you have to fill out all these pages for the FBI and the Homeland Security and whoever, the feds. Okay. Then they're going to take all this paperwork you just filled out, that's many, many pages, and the copy of your ID, And then they're going to take all of that and they're going to scan it in. Okay. And while they're scanning it in, they're going to run your shit through the FBI and through all your local. And it's going to, trust me, you're going to be run through the ringer to see if there's anything whatsoever that raises a red flag why that guy can't give you that gun that you just ordered off of the website. Okay. So the guy might say, sorry, you got to come back tomorrow, or I'll call you when it's cleared. Okay. But he might also say, hey, we got clearance in 30 minutes. If you just wait while we clear it. Okay. But let me put it, why, oh, Prof, you're being mean. No, listen, why am I saying all this? I'm saying all this to establish in your minds the fact that that FFL now has your social security number, your date of birth, a copy of your driver's license, your home address, the website you ordered from, and every fucking thing you could possibly imagine, just so you can get that gun. And it doesn't even have to be a fully functional gun. It could be a lower of a gun that you're going to build. It has to be the part that's serialized and has a serial number. So if you're going to get something that has a serial number that's going to allow you to manufacture a gun, or you're buying one that's already manufactured, regardless, you have to give up your entire fucking life to get it. Okay? You get what I'm saying? Now, no, Prof, what are you saying all that for? Because that guy in that FFL, he now has your entire life, right? He has your social, your ID, your fucking date of birth, your whole address, your whole fucking criminal history. He's got your life on his desk. Well, how many people do you think came through his business that day? I don't know, maybe 100. So in that one day, that guy has possibly received 50 to 100 weapons and has had 50 to 100 individuals come through that motherfucker to pick those weapons up. Okay. So then at the end of the week, I don't know, maybe he's got 500 people's life's history. And then at the end of a year, how many do you think he has? Okay. Whoa, Prof, clearly they just throw those away, put them in the shredder. I don't know, maybe. What you actually have with an FFL is a de facto gun registry, right? Because he has records of every individual who's legally acquired a firearm through his business and been cleared by the FBI and the state police, etc., through his computer system. And then every fucking gun store in FFL in the state that you live will have those. Okay. Now, some of those records will go back years. Okay. So think about this. You need to think and get off all of your distractions. Think about reality here. You've got gun stores and FFLs all through the counties that have a complete record of all of this. And I would venture to say it's probably computerized. They know what they've received in deliveries. Okay. As far as I was aware, it was a 6-year hold that they hold on those background checks. Now, if you're a little gun, is a SIG, what is it? P326 or what was it? What's the Richard Allen gun? I can't remember. It's a 40 caliber SIG handgun. Okay. So let's say they're looking for a 40 caliber Smith & Wesson handgun, and they're also looking for potentially a 40 caliber SIG, P320. I don't know. I don't like the SIGs are terrible fucking guns, to be honest with you. Okay, can we be real here? The SIGs are terrible guns. They have terrible customer service, and they also have terrible. Some of them are not drop safe. So if you drop the gun, it can shoot. what I'm getting at is that these guns, okay, P226, okay, whatever. These guns, let's say you've got somebody that's kind of a dirty cop, Jerry Holman, and he's looking for either a 40 caliber Smith & Wesson, a 40 caliber SIG. And he's like, you know what? Let me go talk to old Jim Bob at Carroll County Guns and see who in the past 6-7 years has purchased a 40 caliber SIG or a 40 caliber Smith & Wesson. So he could go to Jim Bob's Carroll County Gun Shop and he can get Jim Bob to give up the deets, the info. Okay? He could also go to every other Jim Bob's in the Tri-County area and get that list. He might end up with a list of 100 names of guys. And let's say he knows it's a male, so he's going to ignore the females. So let's say he has 100 guys now on a list that have purchased SIG and Smith & Wesson 40s. So now he has a list of 100, 200 folks. And he's like, hey, man, oh, yeah, that's good. Well, hey, let's put this down here. And now let's look at the tips. Let's get Kathy Shank in here. We get Kathy Shank to give us the list of the tips in the database. And then they're going to put them side by side. They're going to say, okay, we got, all right, we got that one. David McCain bought one. Ron Logan bought one back in 2012. We got Richard Allen. That's the other guy. And we got Brad German. You guys, Brad Holder. Okay, well, yeah, well, I want to mess with David McCain. I mean, obviously, it's not him. I'm not going to mess with Ron Logan. Obviously, it's not him. I ain't going to mess with David McCain. Obviously. Oh, no, not Brad Holder. He's a brother of fucking Nick McClellan. He's all right. No. Oh, who's this Richard Allen guy? Oh, he only lives a little bit from here. Oh, okay. Richard Allen. Well, how old is he? Yeah, he fits. He's about that age. He'll fit. He can look like that. Well, you know what? Where does he work? Let's see. Oh, he works at Walmart? Oh, okay. Well, maybe we should go and pay Walmart a visit or is it CVS now? Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's say they go do a little walk by. I'm like, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know about you, but looks to me like he might work, man. He might work. Shoe fits. And that would explain why you get Tobe Lesenby with a 40 caliber round on his desk on primetime television. I mean, it would be a way to know that when you go and serve that search warrant, you're going to find the weapon that could have cycled a 40 caliber round. That was found at the crime scene, whether it was planted or not. And I've said this before, but hey, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I just think of what's possible. I think of possibilities. That's what I do. I think of possibilities. It's sort of how you do things. It's the way that I did things in physics that actually worked. I thought to the end of every possibility. You think it out to the exact end. And when you think out the exact end of this scenario with this bullet and this gun and the matching of Richard Allen and the big thing that they found at his house that ties him is this 40 caliber Sig Sauer, which they were already looking for, that he just happened to have in his house. Now, you say, well, Prof, it doesn't match his weapon. Well, of course it doesn't, because it didn't come from his weapon. It didn't come from his weapon. It came from a SIG, which was one of the two possibilities that they decided that these random marks on the unspent round or unspent cartridge or the unspent round, that it would match to one of those guns. So then you get to the next level of fuckery, which is very. So explain to me now, how is it that you've got this guy and you've taken his gun and you've got this round that you say came from his gun, and you're trying to match, you're trying to say what happened is he racked the gun and the round shot out. And when that happened, it left marks that proved that it's his gun. Okay. So wouldn't logic dictate that you should be able to take 20 rounds, put in that magazine, and eject them all out, and at least, I don't know, a portion of them? I don't know. It could be 1%, 5%, 10%. I don't know, half of them. Some of those rounds would match that unspent. It kind of would make sense, right? But no, not in Delphi. Nope. What did they have to do? They had to find a woman who would, I guess, compromise her integrity enough to say, excuse me, yes, I was able to match this to his weapon, but only if I fired the round. Whoa, hold on. But his round wasn't fired. The round that you say was his, it wasn't fired. It was just ejected or extracted, ejected, cycled. So how in the world do you have to fire it to have the same striations or markings or scratches on that cartridge to the one? So you have to fire it to put scratches that you say match the one that's only been cycled through and ejected without being fired. It just doesn't logic. It doesn't add up. And then the fact that we haven't seen it. And I guess I don't know how it took me 30 minutes of a detour. You see, don't let me talk. We need guests here, because if I do a detour, it's going to be distracting like that. Because you try to make me understand how in the world that even works. And then we're still waiting right now. Let's see. We're March, 14th? Okay, we're March 14. 3/14. When did that trial end? Well, when was sentencing? So we're March 14th, and all we've got from that judge is a smarty pants, smart ass, a snarky ass, bitter order that she will release the shit eventually when she feels like it, when she has time, if she feels like it, as long as you pay her $25 when it's convenient for her, with no time frame attached. Not saying and that'll be within 7 days, or that'll be within 14 days, or that'll be within a month, or that'll be within 3 months. No time frame. Just, yeah, I'll release the shit, but you're still not media. Anyway. Jeez, man. I wanted to have Alex on. I don't know if he's still here. Apologize it took so long, but I asked Alex to come tell us about something because I want y'all to know about something. Alex and Adrian are going to talk about some of Alex's thoughts very soon, and I wanted to let everybody know about that. And so, if he's here, he might come on and help us explain it. But if not, if he's pieced out, I'll explain it, and maybe Adrian's still here and she'll explain it, or when that might be. But I know that Alex and Adrian plan to do a little talking about some of his thoughts, and that's going to be soon. I saw that there was an announcement about it, so I'd like you all to be able to go and and watch that. And me, Alex and I you got to say like I got to say that Alex and I, we come from two different angles, but the funniest thing is that we see the same things. And so that's the most disturbing part about all of this, that if you go and you watch Alex and Adrian talk about some of the things he has documented, you're going to be hearing it from a different angle, from a different person. But the funny thing is that we corroborate each other, and it's pretty fucking weird. Because you remember back in the day, Alex was a friend to a lot of these troll farm, and until he saw for himself like the shenanigans going on and the troll farming going on, and there's kind of a startling thing. But same thing happened to me. Okay, same thing happened because they do the same thing to everybody. When you first come around, and we're going to be doing this soon because I'm going to be very soon presenting and in how would I say it? Oh, I don't know. It'll be a community resource. Okay, we're going to be doing a community informative resource where I try to show you all how the PR team works. Okay, so the Delphi Murders has an extensive PR team. Okay, this PR team is so beyond anything you would have ever imagined before your naive ass came into this case. Because see, you came into this case thinking it's just a little double murder of two little kids, like any other double murder of two little kids. Well, that's before you realize what you had actually stepped into, because this particular double murder of two little kids has an extensive PR team. And the way that they work is really, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So you cannot fathom the level of organization and the just ultimately the sinister, disgusting tactics that these people use. But it's a very large PR team, and there are different functions. It's just like a game of chess, So every piece has a different function, and there are different functions of different elements of this team. But the team that when you first come into the case as a naive dumbass, like most of us were, okay, you come in, the first thing they do is they surround you like a cult. Okay, so you come in, you're the mic. Let's say you're the mic. You come into the Delphi Murders and you're just a fledgling little new creator, or you're just some little person in the chat who's active, or you're just a nice looking lady or a gentleman, and you come onto the fucking Instagram or the Twitters or wherever. The first thing that's going to happen is a whole group of them, about 15, 20 of them, are going to surround you like this. And they're going to be your best little friends. And as long as you stay in line, they're not going to threaten to kill you. They're not going to threaten your children or your parents. They're not going to dox you. They're not going to publish your house on the internet. They're not going to send you pictures of dead people and say that's going to be you next. No, they're not going to do none of that. They're going to be normal. They're going to like you and be your friend and be your buddy. Oh, Prof. But see, as soon as you show them, as soon as they figure out that you're not going to work that you're not able to be controlled, that you're going to be a free thinker, that you actually have a conscience or ethics or, I don't know, morals or a heart, and that you don't do moon rituals, the minute you show that you're not into the witchcraft shit and the fucking stalker shit and the chomo shit, yeah, the minute you do that and you reject them or you go against them, what they're all gonna do is they're gonna fucking strangle the life out of you. They're gonna find your house. They're gonna find your family. They're gonna find every post you've ever made, every social media you've ever owned. They're going to get your phone number and they're going to send it out to everybody. They're going to go register you on penis enhancement sites and on sexual dysfunction sites and on trans advocacy sites, and then all kind of shit they're going to do. They're going to get nudes and pass them around and say that they're for you. They're going to make fake accounts in your name, and they're going to go be racist, sexist. They're going to go shit talk people that you like. They're going to text people in the Delphi community like Rick Snay, and they're going to say, "Hey, it's Prof. What's up?" and they're going to, and the whole time, you're not going to know shit about it. You're going to be like, "Hey, I'm just still me. I'm just a normal person. Why is Rick Snay attacking me?" And then Rick Snay's going to eventually say, "Because you did this," and you're like, "Huh? I didn't send you dick pics," or whatever it is. Or I didn't go on Andrea Burkhart's and call her names and talk about her husband. I saw you in there. Oh, you did? You got screenshots? But that's the kind of shit it is, y'all. And why am I going through these links to like explain it? I guess I'm trying to say that's what Alex and Adrian are going to be talking about. Some of that. It's called reality. For those of you who have not figured out Delphi yet, it's called reality. And oh, there you go. Hey, what up, Alex V? There he is. Let's get him in here quick. He's gonna do his little. We're gonna promote. Let's promote Alex real quick. Let's see. Jesus Christ, man! Wrong button. Right button. Okay. But whenever I talk about Troll Farm, you know, that's who we talking about, y'all. Troll Farm are the street. They're the foot. Troll Farm are the foot soldiers for this PR campaign that I'm talking about. So, I guess now you know. Now did I get it out? God, man, what is wrong with me? It's Friday night. It's time to end the show. It's been a long one. But will I ask come say what up to everybody? But geez, man. Sometimes it's just hard to get out all the words. In the meantime, support the channel if you're on the replay. Leave a comment down below. Leave a comment down below. Hit the thumbs up. Send a super thanks, a super chat, a cash app, a buy me a coffee, a word of encouragement. Oh my God, dude, I can't handle it, bro. I can't. Oh look, okay, so we got Alex. So I got it here. Yeah, it's gang stalking. I see, Marie. How can you sum it up all in one word? And it took me 30 minutes of like circuitous talking.
What's up?
What?
How you doing? I got the Sean Harmon meth filter lighting, dude. I'm loving life right now, dude. I'm doing good. What's going on, man?
Oh, where's the nice lights, bro? Where's the nice lights?
I'm thugging it out right now, dude. But dude, I woke up today. Everybody was fucking as happy as could be across the board. Like I don't know what happened, dude. It was like it's probably because that blood moon fucking bullshit or something. I would hope it was something cooler.
They
than
drained some blood and did some dances and shit.
Yeah, dude. I was just getting like when you have like if your dad or mom calls you or like relative or whatever, it's just like a pleasant phone call. It was just like that today, back to back to back to back to back, and it was just like it was good. It was a good time, dude. Good news. But yeah, everybody's feeling happy. So basically, we're gonna retry the Summer of Love, and I don't mean that ironically, like we did last year, and it was good. But the difference this time is we know like who the agitators are, and so like I'm giving them troll immunity, whatever. But we keep love from a distance type of thing. You know what I'm saying? This time around. But man, what else happened, dude? Dude, Prof, we brought fucking Law and Order to this fucking motherfucker, dude. Like, dude, we brought some peace and calm to this bitch, dude. But man, what else is going on? Yeah, that's about it, man. What's going on with you over there?
Oh, well, Truth has a way of doing it. I remember like back in the days in college, we'd be all fucking around in the classroom, and like we'd be in the music class. So, we'd be like at the piano and like jiving up and shit like this, and everyone's shit talking. And then the drummer would be bop, 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 bop. And here comes the prof, right? The professor comes on in and he's like the man. And he comes on in, everyone like just suddenly like downshifts. And then he's like, yeah, so what's up, everybody? And he goes, boop, 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 and he plays the best chord you ever heard. And everyone's heart just melts and everyone's like nutsack drops and all this shit. And all of a sudden, everyone just goes boom,
God
centered.
damn.
And I think that's what we did. That's what we did.
Yeah,
we
it's
walked
good,
in.
man.
We just said like, "Yo, this is the truth, man. This
I
is the
see a
truth."
lot of goodness coming out, but it took a lot of bitch slappings and all directions to get there. But now like yeah, it's good right now. Everybody's just vibing out right now. But oh man, yeah, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. I've heard nothing but good news, man. I hate getting on lives and be like, oh, I heard some great fucking news, but I can't tell you right now. Blah blah blah. And then when people see that shit, they're like, well, why the fuck are you even opening
Why
your
are you
fucking
even
mouth?
saying it?
Yeah, but they're the thing with that, even that, because everybody does that shit. The thing with that is like you could tell if it's like somebody you've known for a while or whatever. Like, oh, they probably really did hear some real. Like, basically, it's a sensor. Like, oh, times are fucking good right now. But because you can really tell when they're not fucking happy and shit, everything's going to shit. So like it's the opposite of that. Right now, but. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be a good year, man. Everybody's fucking just chill right now, dude. But yeah, I mean that the case is organized crime, bare minimum, and you know, there's just a few solid kind of facts out, that things that are kind of unshakable. With that. And that's the thing, dude. There is some stuff, it's not really blasted out there that both sides do agree on. And sometimes they'll do it behind the scenes, whatever, but some things matter to them, like either family has to be involved or Ellen has to be involved or whatever. Shit like that, or this is connected, that's not connected. But there I think we really got to the really like simple stuff that it needed to be rehashed, and we weren't the first ones to do it, to be honest, dude. But we were like DJs. We had to go back to like, what was important at the beginning of the case, and kind of just remix it, rehash it, dude. And yeah, it was a fucking hit, dude. It was a hit.
Let me bring this up so I can show everybody what I'm talking about because I don't want to fuck up. Let's see.
Oh, no problem, man.
I'm tired, man. There it is. So listen, y'all. This is the channel. When do you think you're doing the live? Maybe Adrian knows. I don't know.
Yeah, she'll know. Probably next week sometime, I would imagine. But I'm not gonna be on some like fighting time. You know what I mean? So like it's gonna be respectful. I'll say that much. So like it's good vibes, but it will get to the important fucking.
So
points,
so you put together some of your receipts that show some of the things you've been going through.
Yeah, and, I mean the basic point of that, dude, it's like, yeah, the case is organized crime, because it was a uphill battle with that for a while, and we kind of passed that. And as far as like who's innocent, who's guilty, who needs to pay that and who needs to go free, that type of shit, like it wasn't so much about that, because that's even more uphill battles, you know what I mean, in different directions. But that one, dude, we fought pretty hard. You know, you, me, and a lot of other people. Was it last year and shit like that? So yeah, I think we passed that fucking point for sure. You know, and yeah, it was pretty good, dude. But yeah, there's just a lot of you know, good shit going on right now, man. I'm pretty fucking happy,
Hey,
dude.
let me ask you some shit.
Yeah.
See, I just crashed the stream somehow. Oops, but I think it's back up. Let me make sure people can see us.
Shit.
Yeah, I crashed it. There. Oh,
Does that mean it closes it out and restarts or what?
No, it just
Glitches
I don't know.
out.
I goofed. I did something. I crashed my own StreamYard.
What happens, dude?
Okay, so I wanted to ask you about the news of the hour, man. The bridge guy video, you know, the fucking controversy of the week.
Yeah, you know how I feel about it, dude. Like, I don't care. You know me, dude. I don't fucking care if I look stupid. I think people should be able to fucking question in all directions. Because let's say it's real, you should be able to question it. If it's fake, you should be able to question it. And there's real shit that is sus about it to me, in particular. Especially like the 213 shit is good, solid conversation that goes all over Foster MK Ultra world. And you know, I mean, me in particular, dude. The whole there's a lot of avenues with that shit that are safe to cover because they go back like decades and shit like that. You know, like the number 13 shit, 213 shit. You know. Like military foster connections to trafficking and shit like that, and it you could really hit the point forward without having to do like singular attacks, like, because you know when you do that shit to new audiences especially, they're like, well, who the fuck is this supposed to be? Like, who is this? I don't know who the fuck this is, so I don't care. But when you say fosters are involved in trafficking or MK Ultra trafficking, then they fucking get it. Like they yeah,
Hold on.
the message is,
no one
know.
knows your words.
Yeah.
Okay. Video.
The video, yeah.
You think that shit's real?
I think it's fake. I'm gonna air it. Even if I'm wrong, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong. Whatever.
I mean, well, let's put it this way. Does it look real or does it look fake as fuck?
Everybody can agree that there's the common ground that it's at least tampered with for sure. You know,
yeah, but I don't know if it's. I mean, dude, my own personal opinion, and I said it yesterday or day before. For me, I sense AI signatures. Me. Now, it could just be filters. It could be edits. It could be enhanced.
I mean, it could be real or fake, regardless, dude. But that 213 in that metadata,
the 213
is real input there.
Just like every other
even if
expression
it's
of 213. Yeah.
Let's just like go in conspiracy land, whatever. Let's say, and I won't say Alan, whatever. Let's say Bridge Guy. And he's really there, really happened at that time. I think it was orchestrated to be at that time because, you know, even if it's solo, it's for sure orchestrated because it's for sure fucking organized crime. And there's some solid truths that come with that too. So we've learned, yeah, it's organized crime, but it's we've hit the max limit throttles on a lot of stuff. So we know like a lot of people aren't getting arrested for the crime. A lot of people that have been involved in the crime and certain, you know, like you said, peripherally, or that's how you say it. They're like dead or fucking, you know, evidence gone.
There's a whole bunch of dead folks.
So like to do shit with dignity at this point, it's like they really left it where it's like truth comes out or he goes free, like I said, you know, and if you lose in that situation, he basically stays in jail. So that's like where we come to our conclusion with that, because we've reached the ends of the earth with all types of direction on that, but yeah, it's orchestrated. So that 213 is there on purpose. It's not a coincidence. And
well,
it's like,
and you know what else, dude? Like, I don't know. I said this a couple times on my show, but you know, I do so many that people lose it. But
yeah.
Seriously, that judge tried to have the verdict read at 213. And you might not know it. I don't know if you were tuned into that, but I promise you, she tried to have it read at 2:13
Well, it's
p.m.
like it's Tourette's, and this shit goes back. I've shown Prof proof of similar murders that are suspected of being like trafficking, organized crime related to this, foster bullshit, whatever military bullshit. And there's more than just them involved in shit like that. But they did the 13 shit. They were on 2chan before 4chan, and they did it for other murders as well. And yeah, it's not like the same perpetrators on every fucking murder or the same group on every murder. But the point is, these murders are organized crime made to look like just one dude did it all, thought it all in his head. When there's clearly something bigger going on. And a lot of people like behind the scenes, prosecution Puritan people, they'll behind the scenes they'll be like, there is something bigger going on, but we may never get to it. Like, it doesn't matter, we got our guy. That's how they feel. But just the point that they said there's something bigger going on means that they have to give, because there is it's not, the 213 isn't a coincidence like that a lot, and it's not the only time that's been seen on this case. Man, we got fucking buckets of it. But like yeah, dude, like, yeah, it's
so
like
let me translate for you, if you don't mind, for a moment. So what Alex is getting at, and where part of where we kind of like came from different directions and we realized somewhat, is that like, we're not saying that it's the same killers of all kind of murders. We're saying it's the same cover-uppers and the same
fixers. They all have
signatures.
Fixers.
Like there's a lot of weird occult fucking weird signatures, and there's a lot of cover-upping, and it appears to be worldwide, and that it's internet based.
And it's like, it's pretty fucking it's as good as it gets as far as being top tier. So that's what we mean when, like, it isn't stupid in that situation to question if it's AI tampered with or just full on AI, because it is the best of the best, like, manipulation. It's as good as it gets, and it's been going on for fucking decades, man. And its groups are fucking organized, and they got contingencies for whichever way shit fucking goes. Like, they're ready for it. And it is like prison in a sense, where it's so astroturf. You just eventually you do group up, and you kind of shop around for the best bang for your buck, because you're like, okay, well, who's the least malicious? Who's giving me the least fucking amount of headache? And you group up, because it is like prison. If you go in there solo and be like, fuck this, I'm gonna fuck the groups, I'm just gonna fuck all this shit up and whatever, then you just get stabbed, and you're done, basically, like, no protection. So like, me and Prof, we've been around the block, dude, so we like got the best bang for our buck, but yeah, times are good. Everything's peaceful now, dude. Like, fucking, because there's a lot more mutual understandings basically than there ever was before. So like, we know where shit's headed and who does this, who does that, blah blah blah. So like, that's why things are just like really fucking chill right now,
And what did I want to say? Oh shit. Oh, I know. So I'm not trying to put you on blast here, but just to say, like, okay, I want to take one thing as an example. And since we're talking about this 213, okay, I want to say it like this, because I know you've done psychedelics. You know how psychedelics are, and like the frame of mind and the fucking shit you tune into, and I know how it is. I've done it. I know how they are, and the way your brain functions. It's kind of like some serotonin shit, I think.
Yeah.
Like, more than dopamine. It's like when your serotonin is really popping on those things, it's like you start to think in numbers and patterns of numbers and geometries and numbers and geometries. And it's like a super cerebral way. And when we're looking at all these murders and all these signatures from this group, they all show like this aura
of fixation.
Meth. It's like meth
autism, kind of.
Meth, autism, psychosis, what's the word? Schizophrenia, psychedelics. It's like that place your brain gets in that kind of state. Also like some sexual overtones. It's like that whole bag.
Yeah.
We just see it everywhere in these murders.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
in
shit.
this, and so yeah.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah, it's all over the place. But you know, the fact that like there's like, you know, 2chan shit before 4chan was even created and shit like it just like blows my fucking mind. And dude, like, yeah, there's a lot of like heavy. That's why, you know, you've heard a lot of people say, is this shit just all fake and made up? Is this a psyop? And it's like, not necessarily, but like the type of fixers you would see on a psyop, fully psyop case.
That's
you
why it
would
feels
see here.
psyopy. Yeah, yeah.
They
It's like
come in,
psyopy
yeah,
in reverse or inversion or something.
yeah. They
Hey,
got best of the best, dude.
what is the what is about the what was going on with 2chan? Can you say that real quick before we?
2chan was before 4chan. 4chan was based off 2chan, and that is in the Japanese murders. And me and Prof, some of it I can't speak on, but we found links from Delphi and Stevenson's, like solid, like current in the present day links to that. And as far as infrastructure, we're not talking the same perpetrators or same exact like singular group, but like same fixers basically at any given time. But that had the hallmark like Foster MK Ultra like posting on the Chan sites, you know, like people even suspect that with Idaho 4, but like that's why when I put my leaks out on 5chan, that was for that purpose, because then it's like if you know type of thing. That's why I had a lot of people organized crime freaking out on me like, well, why the fuck is this on 5? Well, you know, why is it in Japanese and on 5chan? And they know why. You know, because they know, you know, it's. I'm saying what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, these are organized crime. We're not buying your bullshit, whatever. But at the same time, dude, like we passed that point where it's like, okay, I'm not buying your bullshit, so now you got to die or get arrested, because we've already been through that battle or whatever before, back and forth. So like, we're at a mutual understanding of like where things are headed. So that's why, you know, it's calm and all peaceful and shit. But at the same time, we're at a mutual understanding amongst each other, like you and me and other people, like, yeah, there's something bigger here. Like, yeah, it's organized crime at bare minimum. And yeah, there are heavy duty fucking fixers on all these shits, you know? So, you know, that's not a controversial fucking thing to say, you know what I mean? But, you know, it is, it's there, you know?
Well, the problem with it is it just flies in the face of this weird theory with the Richard Allen lone wolf killer thing, who wanted to just like take advantage of 2 girls and then get out of there. It's like, well, then why would it be so complicated? Like that's where it doesn't fit, you know. You got to explain in order for you to make Richard Allen guilty. You got to explain how would it be so complicated if there's a lone wolf killer that's just on his own doing his own thing. And like, why would everyone be trying to protect Richard Allen? No one is.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. It's wild, but no, shit's in a really good place, man. Better than it was last year or the year before. Like, fuck, yeah, everybody's just fucking vibing, and yeah, you know, there's a lot of real good shit coming for sure. And I think you know, yeah, we did good. If you and me and a lot of other people weren't on this case, man, like things would be so chaotic. The fixers would have fucking run amok, and there'd probably be even shittier fixers, dude, that never made it to the case doing wild ass shit, dude. So like, shit's just like super chill.
Foster CPS.
Yeah,
the old CPS ladies with the foster girls and the fucking chomo boys, and oh my god,
yeah, we even got foster respect, man, just because we brought a lot of the shit they were trying to tell us and everybody was ignoring because they thought they were batshit crazy. It ended up being true, you know. And as far as Foster's relation to organized crime and, you know, shit like the signatures with that, you know, CPS and fucking Chanside, shit like that, and Tyson MK Ultra, and like people they were kind of dismissing it for a while. So now we're, yeah, we
I
put
mean,
their name
I don't
in the
mean to
credits,
laugh, but dude, they
you know?
even MK Ultra that Richard Allen, like that's what people don't understand. What do you think Monica Walla was doing, and the fucking injections and the torture? I mean, that is MK Ultra.
It's wild, bro.
Anyway,
wild.
bro, I don't mean to. I get so excited because I just I know you're only here for a short time. It's like, bro,
oh, it was good, man.
But yeah, I know, Crystal. It's confusing. It's a lot. Basically, we're saying it's crazy
Organized
shit.
crime,
It's
baseline
crazy.
organized crime.
You know,
What we're
'cause you
saying,
could get
people
far.
are doing weird shit around the Delphi murders, and
Dude,
why? Why?
you could leave the fixers, the MK Ultra cult shit out of it, right? The international shit out of it. You could get so far and pretty much get to a good place if you just stick baseline organized crime and baseline we were lied to here and here because it's organized crime. And you stick to that and it's pretty solid. You know, you don't have to go super high level, but when you go high level, dude, that's when you get to the fucking wild shit. But at the same time, it's kind of nice because you do get to safer places because that's more abstract, like higher concept shit, and it's not so much like bringing up random ass shit, you know, like people and shit, like traffic people or traffickers, whatever. And that's why we're in a good place right now, because we kind of like, yeah, everybody's kind of like gotten past the hard parts, you know, with that type of stuff. So yeah, it's just good times right now, man. It's fucking good times, you know.
Yeah,
But
and I agree. Look, I agree with Jen here. Listen. We just want people to be held accountable. And for me, just the truth coming out would be holding people accountable. Because, like, dude, like, trying to cover up a cover up and a cover up on top of a cover up, like,
Yeah, we're closer than ever. I'll say that much.
you know, and that's shit is more peaceful because we are closer than ever. To be honest, dude. If you could think back in the case when we were the most chaotic and shit, because you and me were fucking around for a lot of that shit. We were kind of like super fucking off track, man, and it was just off the fucking rails, dude. Like, we really did have like you know, organized crime and traffickers and shit running the show, and that's why it was so fucking chaotic on purpose, you know, pretty much. But you know, we're just at a mutual language now where it's fucking peaceful, you know, because yeah, God knows why, dude, but I'm fucking lucky. We're lucky, dude. It's gonna be a good summer, man. But yeah, who knows what else would happen? And dude, to be honest, like between you and me, like I don't like the Japanese murders and shit. It's like I don't have to force it, jigsaw it in. It's like, oh, this has to fit in, and these signatures have to match. It's not like that. It's just that like you see certain things over time, and just like if you had any big break in Delphi or any other true crime case, it's like past experience, like probably helped you before you got there. You know, before true crime or whatever. So like you know whatever built up your intuition or wisdom. So with those type of cases, you know, you find something similar where some similar bullshit's going on, you know, fixer bullshit, government involved bullshit, then organized crime involved bullshit, then, you know, it really can only help like your intuition, even if it's not, let's say it's not connected in any way or whatever. So that's kind of how I feel about it. And it's, you know, I see the people saying the same thing on that case, another case, like the more I learn, the less I understand, basically, you know, so it does make sense with what we're fucking dealing with, you know. So yeah, you know.
yeah. And
but
I'll say this, yeah, the cops are in on it too. Obviously, come on, man. It's like they're the ones behind it all.
It's high level shit, man. It's crazy,
But
dude.
so I guess I jumped the gun. I really was trying to get you guys to let everybody know when you were doing your thing. But if you don't have a date set yet, I'll just leave it open ended like that. So I didn't mean to put you on the
don't
hot
worry
seat.
about it, man. Yeah, we'll get to it. I mean, there's some important shit nobody's ever seen that like is more conceptual, like abstract. Just like, you know, the
CPS shit, you know, that didn't really take off like crazy until fucking last year. And you and me, we didn't come up with that shit. We borrowed it from the Fosters, you know, like there's a lot of good shit that organized crime and shit, they'll tell you 2 true things and like 18 false things, right? And when you find the right one that is true and you remix it, you know, like I said, like a DJ, like blast it out again, it's a hit because it is fucking true, you know. So there's certain things, and you got to remember back in the early days, a lot of the saboteurs on the case and shit were saying it was organized crime, but they were saying it in a false manner a lot of times. But you know what ended up being true, it is fucking organized crime, you know. So like yeah, I mean shit, dude. And some of them back then too were saying, oh, police are compromised or fucking under duress, involved, whatever, and you know, it ended up being true. And there's just certain shit like that, you know, in the long run, some shit is wacky to us now that probably will end up probably fucking being true in the future. But yeah, overall, like we are closer to the truth than ever, man. That's why shit's so fucking calm, you know. So yeah, you did good work, Prof. I'm telling you that much. We did good, man. We did good.
I think I get to relax tonight.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right,
Everybody's
bro.
happy,
Well,
man.
look, Alex Voorhees. Alex Voorhees.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good to come on, man. Peace out, dude. You have a good weekend, man. I'll get in touch with you this fucking weekend, man. And shit, you have a good one, dude. All right, later. Peace
We'll
out.
talk, bro. We'll talk. All right, y'all. I didn't mean it to be that quick, but I'm tired now. But we want to get Alex and Adrian. They're going to do a little live going over some of Alex's receipts and some of that. And trust me, it's really hard to interpret because it's hard to take. In other words, imagine if I had a whole like psychedelic week and all I did was like take a photo once every, I don't know, 12 hours. Like imagine trying to understand everything that happened in that week with only one photo every 12 hours. That's just a still shot. So it's a little hard, but hopefully I know Adrian's real good at talking and explaining what Alex is saying and what the receipts, how they contextualize. So anyway, God bless both of them, and God bless our guest earlier for sharing the amazing look at the video that we are all been talking about, which is clearly a little suspect as hell, to say the least. And I'm sticking with it. Like this thing is either AI enhanced or it's animated digitally. There's no way that what has been presented so far as the untampered video of these girls on the bridge, it ain't happening. Okay. And we haven't even begun to really dive into it, but I know that people will be. And we also don't even have an explanation of what it actually is yet. We have allegations of what it is. So, whew. Yeah, y'all. So, anyway, I'm looking to see if I have missed anything. All right, y'all. Good live. Yes, good live. Good to see everyone here tonight. Thank you for everyone who was here supporting this damn shit. Okay. All these super chatters. We had Tracy Thornton, Mark Ellis, Niobe. It's a new day. I'm reading the super chatters. Meow Meow, Rebecca Ann 1965, Deb, Jennifer Hoff, Amy, 26 Dead Zombies Dude, Gianna became a member. Is a God Thing, Jennifer Hoff, Dennis McKean, Tammy Martin, Amy again, Faith Ross again, Michael Lewis, Annie Rain, Miss K, Jake Brooks, Nicole Watt, Dom S, Gianna. Jeez. You guys really showed some love with that tonight. So thank you so much. And anyone who, I don't necessarily want to name people who might text me or send some other support that way, because I don't like going against your wishes. I don't know if you want to remain anonymous, but anyone who's contributed to help out the channel and myself, and also any of our other channels, like I said, go ahead, subscribe to In Light in the Dark, and you'll get the notification if you want to, whenever she's going to go live with Alex. So boom, that's that. This is this. And oh man, you've been a member for 6 months. Congrats. Thank you. All right, y'all. And hopefully there won't be no more copyright strikes around the Bridge Guy video from allegedly from Libby's phone. Because come on, guys, like, we're really going to copyright strike that? I'll say enough. That's enough. I might comment on it again in the future if it continues to be a problem. But yeah, I think it's Yeah. Why? Never mind. Never mind. I'm over it. I'm over it. All right. All right, y'all. So good to see everyone here. Wow, it's been a nice Friday night. And hey, it's not even that late. We've been on a while. I came on early and it's not even that late, but it's good to see everyone. And thank you, Wolf Eyes. All right, let me say Steve Johnson. Steve Johnson, video was a production. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've always. Okay, let me bring it back. Yeah, bring it back full circle, Prof. Okay, I've always said that I thought that what they did was they acted out a scenario to film. Okay, so they came up with this concept, they acted it out and filmed it. And then for whatever reason, whether they filmed it on the phone and left the phone, or whether later they filmed it, edited it, and then put it on the phone, maybe that's what that headphone jack in and out was. I don't know. But I had always thought that they had created this piece of media, the Bridge Guy video, and they had planted it on the phone and left it there to be found. And that's what I was kind of saying earlier tonight, is that it's really weird because I expected to be proven wrong. In other words, I expected to see the video and then when it would come out, that what I would see would not confirm my bias. So I thought, well, what I'll probably see is that it's legit, is that it's just a real video from an iPhone that doesn't have any red flags or doesn't raise any red flags. But what's odd to me, and I still cannot get over, is that this thing dropped, and the moment my eyes met it, I said, oh no, because it looks so cinematic. The colors, the it's hard to even say. It's like it's got this. Someone earlier left a comment in my channel and they said it has a movie screen quality. And that's what I mean. It's so cinematic looking, or movie screen quality, the colors and the way it moves. And I thought, I am aware how AI shit looks, and it almost has that sheen of AI. And additionally, now I didn't want to get into this, and I'm not going to, but I'm just gonna say something at this point that I'll explore further later. But I have started to do deep listening to the audio. Okay, but I'm only started. But the very first thing that I found extremely alarming, and you guys need to really go and listen for this, and I can give you an assignment for tonight. Okay, go listen to it. When it first starts and you see Abby walking towards the camera, there's someone whispering. It sounds like a girl whispering, or female voice whispering to the person who's holding the camera filming, who the state would have us believe is Libby. So in other words, Libby's filming, or someone the state would have us believe Libby is filming, and Abby's over here, and Abby's far, and she's not whispering, but someone is right by the phone, by the person filming, whispering. Who's that third person? Who's that third person? I mean, newsflash, if there's a whisper that's from a third female that's there while it's being filmed at the very onset, Houston, we have a problem. And I'll leave you with that because that's my first impression of a detailed listen to it. But I'm sure when I'm able to produce the content I want to for you and demonstrate to you the way that I want to with the audio, I'll have more to say. But like I said, not only does it not look right to the eye, there are problems with the ear, okay? Because there should be no other female whispering to whoever's holding the camera that the state alleges is Libby. So maybe go check that out. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, you heard it too? Awesome. See, I'm telling you, there's stuff going on. Okay, there's something going on here. But we'll take a closer listen to it, and I'll try to produce like very amplified and specific examples for you. And hopefully I have Apophis here who is leaving a comment. You have whispers of sniffed and additional voices in the background, then allegedly Libby talks. Hopefully I have Apophis will produce a production that not only demonstrates the visual anomalies, but also the audio. But please also, if you don't already know, I have Apophis channel. Please check out I have Apophis channel and hit that notification, or maybe you'll get notified, and so will I, if there's something. But I'm telling you that what's bizarre to me, it's just absolutely startling, because I really did expect to be proven wrong when this video eventually dropped. Remember, I've been begging for it ever since sentencing. Okay, ever since sentencing, I've been begging for this original video off of Libby phone, unedited. And the allegation is that what this is, but it's really fucking weird because everything about it screams something's wrong here. I mean, the way it looks and the sounds and all of the above. So God bless you all. We went long tonight. My throat's done, and we're longer than I wanted to go. So God bless everyone. Hug your kids, hug your wife, support the channel, send a super chat, buy me a coffee, leave comments down below if you're on the replay, subscribe to my friends you've seen me post up their comments tonight, like In Light in the Dark, I have Apophis, It's a New Day, Rebecca Ann 1965, and all my friends who have YouTube channels. So God bless you all. I'm out of here. All right. I'm out of here. So good to see you all. What's up, Christina? You called it. There's a more sinister reason behind this video coming out. The website was just made November. Seems to be linked to scams and stuff. It's all privated too. Well, I issued my ultimatum. My ultimatum is by Monday morning, we better have someone step forward and explain it clearly and take accountability, stand behind it, because that would be the best thing to do for the community. And if that doesn't happen, then unfortunately I'm going to have to tell you my opinion about where it's coming from, and it's going to not be nice and cause controversy. And we don't want problems behind the scenes, right? Okay. So, but what they're doing right now is confusing the public. You know, that's what's infuriating. So if you want the public to be saying that there's problems, that this is faked, then congrats, because you got what you wished for. So that'd be my advice to everyone, is to say, everyone, go out there and declare that there's no way on earth that this is the original footage that's authentic from a victim's phone that authentically recorded a situation, because it raises nothing but red flags. All right. So God bless you all. Love you. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. I'm out of here. All right. Special thank you to Hella. All right. Bye-bye.